It's on crutch. Get off the pills.
I'm gonna shoot this damn car out full of holes.
I have discovered more information than any hacker ever has. Ever.
Hello, and welcome back to Clear and Present Dudes, the podcast that does not ask, are you sure I can offer you a little drink? I am Lighton Barr. I am joined by Rory James O'Toole.
Hello.
And Sanye Bjorkson.
Hello.
Tonight, we are taking a very special deep dive into this bonus-ode, into the magical, mystical world of auteur, architect, visionary, dreamweaver plus actor, Neil Breen. But first, a short message. This episode is a special to support Podcasthon. Podcasthon.org is about convincing as many hosts as possible to dedicate one episode of their show to a charity of their choice and to release these episodes simultaneously in a coordinated effort in mid-March of 2026. This episode is, of course, coming to you guys on the 16th of March to create a massive national and international wave of inspiring audio content. The objective to raise awareness for a huge number of charities worldwide. Which charity have we decided to support? It is called Trash Cat Rescue, which is a non-profit, foster-based cat rescue located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because we watched the movie Striking Distance last year.
Many of all like cats as well. We all
love cats.
Cat dads, so yeah,
we're all cat dads. So many of their cats and kittens start from very unglamorous beginnings, such as roaming the streets or living in unsafe conditions. Their name originated from a foster. He was a very literal trash cat who was found inside of a dumpster. Trash Cat's mission is to reduce the suffering of these often sick, scared, and or under-socialised cats. If a cat or kitten is brought into their rescue, they provide the vetting they need and a safe space for them to leave their trashy beginnings behind to become happy, healthy, and adoptable cats. So that's who we're doing it for. So check out Trash Cat Rescue if you live in the Three Rivers area. Okay, Neil Breen, guys. There are three camps of people who will be listening to this episode when we talk about Neil Breen. They are, one, they have heard of Neil Breen, they do know the work of Neil Breen, and they love the work of Neil Breen, either ironically or unironically. Camp 2, they have heard of Neil Breen, they hate the work of Neil Breen, they viscerally and are completely over it. And then, finally, Group 3, the people who may not have heard of Neil Breen and need to be educated and hopefully will be shepherded in by three kind podcasters who will guide them by the hand through this, his third film, Fateful Findings, which is, to my mind, easily his most accessible work. For the people in Group 1, great, welcome, glad you're here. For the people in Group 2, sorry, for the people in Group 3, let this be an introduction into this peculiar outsider artist who has made several films that some would say are so bad they're good. I like to say they are so bad, they're still quite bad. Why are we talking about him? Technically, all of his films do involve spy thriller tropes, corrupt entities, the CIA, secret agents, so they kind of count. But Rory, this was your idea, so I'd like you to explain to the class, please, what you've decided to bring in for show and tell.
For a start, I am going to continue hacking in to the government's secrets. I'm going to continue hacking in to the government's secrets.
You're using too many fingers, Rory.
One of the reasons I chose this film was I had a feeling it would make Sanya aggressively, violently angry.
Yeah.
I know that irritating the German man with access to weapons is probably not the smoothest thing to do. However, it's what I'm doing with this film. Neil Breen's work is utterly insane. He's diabolical. I'm coming in hot with a big one, guys. He makes Tommy Wiseau look competent.
I'm glad you mentioned Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, he is the elephant in the room for this, isn't it?
Oh, big time. Elephant of the room.
Oh, hey! And of course, I'm doing this project on elephants in Africa. Neil doesn't want to hear about that. Oh, idiot. God.
Not the excuse. People, right, if people haven't seen a Neil Breen film and we're talking about things that are so bad they're good, they might have seen The Room. The Room, of course, came out in 2003.
Yeah.
That film has been around much longer, much bigger. Had a movie made about it. You know, by Seth Rogen and so on.
Ain't nobody making movies about Neil Breen movies, that's for sure.
Damn right. So,
other than Neil Breen.
So if you've read the book The Disaster Artist, which I have, it's really obviously ghostwritten, but it's ostensibly by Greg Sestero, who played Mark in The Room, and it's the basis of the film they made. You would learn that Tommy Wiseau is got mysterious origins, right? Weirdly, he paints himself off as like a, quote, raging Cajun, because he has a strange, very obviously Eastern European accent, but he paints himself off as being like French Cajun or
From the
something.
bayou.
From the bayou, yeah. But what is probably more clear is that he's got like mysterious old money wealth from like the Urals. And I mentioned that because he spent $5 million of his own money purchasing cameras and equipment and a green screen and building a set in a building he owned to make The Room. And while he squandered that money, and that same amount of money was used to make the 2009 film Moon by Duncan Jones, and looks like super incredible and is a fantastic film and has an amazing soundtrack and all that. Obviously, The Room has not got those things. But what I'm trying to say is that kind of money is simply not just on display at all here. This is like cheap and tawdry, but not without its charm. So
yeah. I mean, the thing is, because like, I mean, let's like address once again yet another elephant in this room that demands be perceived. That Tommy Wiseau is probably a vampire.
Yeah.
You
Why
see
else
the
would you wear two belts?
the whole thing. Nicolas Cage is a vampire. That's like a smokescreen. The fact that Tommy Wiseau, mysterious man from the Urals, dark ancestral money, you know, he's a day-walking vampire man strolling the streets of San Francisco, whereas Neil Breen is simply an honest architect who was probably really weird on a night out, right?
Right, Neil Breen. You brought us back to Neil Breen. Obviously, this is what we're here to talk about. If we're talking about not mythical creatures, but supernatural beings, Neil Breen, and I don't say this lightly, and I say this in the context of our soft prepare that we were talking about on the Sicario episode, I think Neil Breen might be an alien. And I'm only half joking.
I would not argue that assessment in the
unlike
slightest.
the ones in Sicario, he's not from Mexico.
Damn, yeah, I would not be surprised if he was like kind of one of the advanced guard of the Alamos, you know. And when they do the reveal, eventually to distract more from the content of the files, he's going to be in the White House shaking hands, and like, you know, the orange fella's going to be like, oh, this alien's walked among you for decades. He's really great. He's the best director. He makes the biggest films, the biggest budgets.
I don't think he's seen any movies. I think he's one of the.
Yeah.
I think he's a brave filmmaker who's made more films than he's watched.
I think he's right up there with like Michael Owens. What was his iconic tweet? I can't believe I'm on a plane watching a film. This is only the third film I've ever seen in my life. # hate films. And like Neil's like sitting on that like flight with Michael Owen, and he's like, "Have I got a body of work for you, Michael? You will hate films even fucking more."
I was given paranormal powers as a child. I've hacked into just about all the information I need. They have no idea. No more books!
You were given a power.
Others want to take this from me.
He's writing about government secrets.
I knew I loved you when I was 8 years old. All this time, I haven't been working on my next book. I've hacked into the most secret government and corporate secrets. I'm using it to make a real difference.
Okay, Fateful Findings is a 2012 American independent science fiction thriller film directed, written, produced, edited, and starring Neil Breen, who was also in charge of production design, decoration, makeup, sound editing, catering, and casting. Upon release, it was declared one of the worst films ever made and quickly gained a cult following. Among other things, viewers cite the film's cryptic and incomprehensible plot, which we're going to try and get to the bottom of today, poor production values, which there is no getting over, overt political messages, stilted dialogue, and bizarre and natural performances by Breen, as well as his real-life eccentricities as part of the film's ironic appeal. Some critics have cited this film as an example of outsider art and a phenomenon of the so bad it's good media. Let's get into a bit of a plot. I've had to write this up myself because I couldn't find one online that met my high standards, and there was no way I was going to be able to recount the plot of this film by memory because it's
so stupid. It's stupid. The plot's ridiculous. A significant amount of it makes no sense at all. People talk about plot holes in terms of this is a thing in a film I didn't understand. The plot of this film has legit, real, proper, gigantic holes in it. Hardly anything makes sense.
Here we go. Right, the first shot of the movie is God, I can't believe we're doing this. Is like a dolly. It's not a dolly though. They're just walking towards a book on a stand in a storage unit.
Yeah.
The book is big and gold. It's improbably thick. We zoom in on this book while some music surges, and then someone off camera, but whose shadow is cast on the book, drops glitter onto the book.
Like fucking Salt Bay.
Yeah, like Salt Bay. Yeah, that happens. That might get paid off later. Then we get opening titles, which is all B-roll. We see like the title card is like a view looking up at a skyscraper as like time lapse of clouds fly past while this music, this like frenetic piano music surges. I don't know if that building is meant to be in the film at any point. It's not worth going through the credits because you've not heard of anybody involved in the production of this film. Next, so we start the movie. Our first proper scene is two children prancing across a bit of prairie next to some woods.
Two characters who are at this point the same age, which will be important later when in terms of casting.
Yeah, absolutely big time. And then walking around the woods, having a bit of a stroll. They walk past like the skull of like a bison or something.
Yeah, it's a death claw.
And then Fallout New Vegas, death claw.
The bombs fell so long ago.
And then, like, inexplicably, as they walk past it, its head, like, the skull on the ground, like, turns to look at them. It's like, that's never explained. God.
And it's like the skull's like, fucking kids again. These goddamn children coming into my mystical realm, uncovering secrets about themselves and journaling. It's a magical day when they discover such secrets.
That's it. So the boy finds a large mushroom and goes, Leah, look, a mushroom, and then kind of presents it like he's selling it on QVC.
Yeah, it's like, what can I do to get you into this mushroom today, Leah? What can I do? Slaps mushroom. This thing can hold so many spores in it.
And then over the course of a good 10-second dissolve, the mushroom fades away, and we see like a box, and it's like, it's a treasure. It's a magical day. And they look inside the box, and inside the box is a small black rock. This is an important rock. He takes it out, puts it in his pocket. Leah warns him, you can't leave the box empty, it's bad luck. And the kid, Dylan, says, I'm not afraid. And then Leah's like, whatever. I'm going to make a bracelet out of these. There's like a bunch of like beads, a bunch of Mardi Gras beads, just lying down on the ground right next to the box.
So stupid.
She puts some of them in the box. She seals the rest. She writes it on a journal. It's a magical day. It's the exact same audio clip played twice. It's a magical day. The box turns back into a mushroom, and then we get like a wide shot of the woods and like a really awful smoke effect, like composited in. Comes across the screen with like a scary like noise, and
it keeps coming back, doesn't it? Like terrible smoke effect comes back in like various like supernatural, paranormal, metaphysical moments, and it's just like, this sucks.
So this is the prologue. This is like their time as a kids. The next thing we see is like it cuts to some parents running to a car with the daughter Leah going, we got to go to the airport. And then she's like, where's Dylan? Where's Dylan? And Dylan's like 6 feet in front of her and just walks into and like steps into frame. And then they say goodbye and drives away. And then we get like Neil's creepy voiceover for the first time. This is the first time we hear Neil, and he's like, we had a magical summer together, but then her dad got transferred and she moved away, and I never saw Leah ever again.
And it's like,
and then
it's so stupid because it acts like the childhood sweethearts, right? This is what I mean about none of the script making sense. Nothing feeling naturalistic or even like it was written by an actual functioning human and not like an alien, like you said. They've known each other for fucking 6 to 8 weeks or whatever. You notice I didn't say 6 to 7 weeks, by the way. They've known each other like fucking 6 to 8 weeks. and he's like, why can't I come with you? It's like, cause she's not your relative, mate. She's your friend. You hiked with a bit. Fucking hell, dude. And yeah, this does kind of obviously set the scene for what's going to happen later in this absolute cluster of a movie.
Sort of sets a scene in that, right, so this movie occupies, I think, a good 4 genres. One of them is thriller. So we get a pass. We're allowed to talk about it. The other genres are like kitchen sink drama, like ordinary life on this like housing estate. We get like romance plot, a proper like actual like old schooly romance kinda, and then like one of them is like supernatural horror.
Yeah, I think that the main genre of the film should be stuff I filmed on a handheld digital camera when I was 11.
Yeah.
I have seen films like that are much more engaging and better and more fun
Yeah.
than this film. But you're
Well,
totally right, Sanny. You're totally right.
It seems like something an early teen came up with and was like, I have a camera. I'm going to
Yeah,
make you do this
you know
with
what?
me.
You're right. Except I'm pretty sure like the teen would have done something better than what's come out. I was talking
It would
to
explain the amount of boobs.
yeah.
Except,
really would.
except it was made by a then 54-year-old man. So
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I was talking to a lad just the other day who's got a plan to write and produce a horror film based on Bobbit. Now, I thought he meant Bobbit, like John Wayne Bobbit, the guy whose hog got cut off by his girlfriend, but he means Bobbit, the toy, like the pull it, twist it, spin it thing. This guy, right, is on this amazing, this is like a great lad in the pub story. He's on this amazing Hollywood flex of just essentially fucking self-optioning a party toy that he's going to make a fucking low-budget horror film about. And it's like, that would be a much better film than this. That'd be a much better film than this. This youthful excitement will pass well into a fucking horror film about Bobbit, but the youthful excitement that Neil Breen channels into this film does not do a good job.
yeah, so we've cut to what I presume is meant to be the present day.
Yeah.
Even though, and this is worth noting, that if there's a 30-year gap between the past and the present day, interesting that Leah's parents drive a relatively contemporary car. Anyway,
Don't worry about
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's just Breen. This is the Breeniverse. Right. So
How you Breen?
So Dylan, who is Neil Breen, is walking down the street when he calls his wife, who I'm going to call for the entire movie Melania, because she looks and sounds like Melania Trump, and she's washing dishes at home. Without a ring happening or without a vibrate happening, she knows to pick up the phone and answer it. And she has a one-way conversation with Neil where Neil doesn't say a single word, where she's like, yeah, okay, hello,
hello,
and it cuts back to him, and he's silent still.
Yeah, like, and she's like, sir, if I don't hear any talking, I am going to have to terminate the call. I have customers in the queue.
And then he stands and crosses the road. He's a very good boy. He waits while it's red. He goes when it's green, but he drops his PDA. He's doing it like on
That's old LG fucking PDA. It's amazing.
Incredible.
And lads screen up, and then this Rolls Royce with no plates just appears, and it's like, do we love a scene in a film or a show when someone gets hit by a car out of nowhere, and it's a great kind of fun. Well, it's not fun for the person getting hit, but it's a cool like thing, like thrown into a show or a film that kind of grab your attention, shock you, surprise you. That great scene in, I think, the first season of Ozark, when that lady who's having an argument with someone steps out and gets taken out by a fucking bin van or a trash truck, whatever our Americans call it.
Rachel McAdams getting run over in Mean Girls.
And this is the slowest, least cool guy getting hit by a car scene ever. It is terrible. Of course, he's hit, and a big booby lady wearing a tiny skirt and high heels gets out of the car. We don't see her face. She isn't credited in this film, by the way. She doesn't even get a fucking credit, which sucks for her. So she's out, and she walks over to him, and she does like the whole, he has some smoke kind of thing.
Right, yes. Right. I've had a read into this scene.
Yeah.
By that I mean I've tried to pass it with my own media literacy by watching it. And I think what's happening here is that she's trying to grab the rock. She's seen the black rock on the ground and is tempted to steal the black rock. But I'm calling it the forest spirit in my notes, but like whatever that like smoke monster is, whooshes out and puts her off, and she's like, oh no, I don't want to take it actually. And then he grabs it and then clutches it.
Oh, there we go.
That's what I think's happening. But we've become so like desensitized to this film that we aren't pointing out the mental stuff that like the ordinary person is going to be like, what the fuck? How do they not talk about that? So like he's crossing the road. There's nobody on the other side of the road. Yet we then get a clip of like 6 people's feet all about to cross the road when he goes
along
to walk.
with him, and
and they're not there.
And then back in the back there.
And there's no one there. And then he gets run over, and then suddenly they're all there again, and they all stand in a perfect crescent around him. And we cut to each one of them, and they're shot from below, so all that's behind them is the blue sky. So we've got no idea where they are. Like the dislocation of location is completely there, and they're all just repeating lines. Like, is he okay? Is he okay? And then that person's like, it's the Rolls Royce that hit him. I saw it. I'm a witness.
I'm a witness.
Just like, what the fuck? And then she walks over, saunters over there.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this is possible, but her legs, she does a bit where she like trots over to him. And then she like kind of kicks her leg out. And like, I swear to God, even though we never see her face and we only see her legs, I swear to God, that leg is overacting. Oh man, it's painful to watch. And then he does the thing when he grabs the rock. And then we see him on the deck. And this is Neil Breen, so he's one of the tropes you'll see if we watch the rest of his films that he covers everything in fake blood, like an obscene amount of fake blood. His face is like fine. There's no structural damage to his face, yet he's just covered in blood. And they've put like what's meant to be like grazing on his face as well, but like it's just a bit of black like drawn to him. So anyway, we see all that, and then he goes to the hospital, and we get this long sequence in the hospital where like they have, it's like we see Jim on the phone as well for the first time, but because we don't see the rest of the bystanders all together properly, we don't know if he's just a bystander or he's like an important character. It turns out he's an important character. So Jim, and
he's like, what? Oh my God, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, I will get to the hospital. So Jim and Melania, whose actual name in the film is Emily, but she's Melania, are stood next to the bed. He's in what is clearly the bedroom of his house or an apartment building. It's not a hospital, but whatever. He's in a bed. There's like a drip set up. There's a switched off laptop on top of a cart. There is the sound of a heart rate monitor, and for some reason there's like 3 gas canisters like in the back of the room that we like linger on multiple times. Mental. And then there's a doctor wearing a really bad hairpiece, and he has the worst bedside manner. Like he just turns to Melania and is like, he's in a critical condition, unconscious. It does not look good. He is comatose. And it's like, what the fuck, dude?
It's like just to kind of jump in with like scenes from my current domestic bliss is that I put this film on again just earlier today with Emma around, just like to watch it and just like refresh myself. And as I walked out of the kitchen, walked back in with a can, that line was delivered, and then Emma just angrily delivered it back to the TV. Like, unconscious, so fucking bad.
It's brilliant. I showed my wife this film, just the trailer of it, and within like 10 seconds, she was like, "I get it. I don't want to watch it."
Yeah.
I was like, it's like
clearly the screenwriting too is semi-comatose.
Some more great acting in the scene. Melania yells at the body on the bed, "We were on the phone when he was hit!" Jesus Christ. And then the doctor announces that the director of neurology is just entered the room, and it's a blonde woman, and she's got a bracelet with some beads on it. And it's really fucking obviously Leah, his childhood sweetheart. Even though
his 8 weeks together childhood sweetheart.
That he's never got over.
His fucking holiday romance. Bloody hell, man. I'm amazed he actually managed to get himself in a life partner with Melania when like he's been so mentally flashbanged over this girl he hung out with for like a couple of months. He probably is a shit boyfriend. Let's be real here. Well, he is a shit boyfriend. We've seen how terrible he is in this whole movie. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So Leah, who is the director of neurology, in a room where we can hear a heart monitor, she decides to take an actual pulse with her fingers, and then she's like,
cool, Mike.
Yeah, and she's like, "He's not well. He's not doing too good. You know what? He's not my patient, but I'm going to keep it out of him. Yeah, not so hot." And then the doctor again, really severely, turns to Melania and is like, "You should go. He needs plenty of rest and quiet. Get the fuck out of here."
One of my favorite bits about this whole scene is how Melania is like, we are going on a fucking watch list for calling her Melania constantly.
Okay.
Well, Neil Breen's character's girlfriend, who was called in this film Emily, says something along the lines of, "Are we able to talk to him? Can he hear us?" And this is where the film obviously kind of subverts expectations, because in most films like this, most stories like this, and even I think probably real life, when you've got a comatose friend or relative and you say to the doctor's attending, you know, can we talk to them? Will they hear us? And they might say, "Well, I mean, you can. They might hear you." But this guy's like, "No, idiot."
Nah. No,
you fucking idiot. You numbskull. You always got a severe head injury. Piss off.
Stephen. We've had a little breathing tubes for his noob on top of his bandage. He's made it looks like the fucking Elephant Man.
It's like, It's like a fucking English patient over here, and it's like,
It's the English patient of it, yeah.
like, yeah, he's just like, no, you idiot worm, you stupid tool. He can't hear you. In fact, he's virtually fucking dead. Piss off. Go take pills about it.
So she does. They do.
So
They do
she
leave.
does.
They do leave.
Yeah.
And then Neil, who still has the rock, we get a shot of like ethereal whooshing, which is a commonly used term if you're a fan of David Lynch and are aware of the. There's a lot of ethereal whooshing in Twin Peaks: The Return. Well, we get a bit of that here as well. Wow, 4 years before Twin Peaks: The Return, by the way. So 4 or 5 years. So well done, Neil Breen.
About, I think, like 6 years after Epstein's first arrest.
Wow. Dylan wakes up and he rips his cannulas out of both his wrists, but it's okay because they weren't actual cannulas. They were just tubes taped to his wrists that aren't connected to his body whatsoever. So they just come off and there's nothing there. I don't know why.
Slamming indictment on American healthcare.
Indeed. I don't know. Why did he do a close-up shot of that if he knew he hadn't done it properly? Just like do it from a distance where you wouldn't think about it. But
he doesn't watch films. He probably thought he's the first person to do like a cannula. A self decannulization scene, you know, because he doesn't watch films. He probably thinks he's the first man to make a film.
Indeed. So Neil gets up and leaves the hospital. We get our first shot of a switched off laptop at 10 minutes 50, by the way, as well during this sequence. And then we only get, actually, I'll tell you what we do get here. We get like a half decent bit of green screen from Neil Breen, which is he gets up and walks out of the door entering into that room, and you see like a hospital ward outside of the room. Obviously he didn't film this in a hospital, so that must be green screen. It's rumored, however, because you see his full bare ass. Awful. And then he goes home, he enters his house, he's still got the bandage on, he's incredibly bloody. He walks into the shower. Melania is pissed. She's like, what are you doing home? And he's like, I let myself out. And he's like, help me. And then they have a shower together, and like an insane amount of blood pools around his feet. Like he still has an arterial bleed amount of blood.
It's so weird because when they're kind of establishing shot when he's in the shower, and it's kind of a close up on his feet, and he's like kind of flexing his fucking toes while obviously out of shot he's like pouring fake blood like down his leg.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of pooling, and it's like then even her reactions, her responses, the writing's dog shit. I'm not going to even give the actors any crap for this because I think this man is like 5 times worse a scriptwriter than Tommy Wiseau is. The lines are terrible, the dialogue's awful, the reactions are fucking hard to... It's like, yeah, you would react kind of adamantly and passionately about this thing, but not like, oh, you're back from hospital. It's like, why is there fucking blood everywhere? Why are you in my fucking shower? What the hell, man? Our reaction should be more kind of like shocked, surprised, outlandish. She should have had the kind of, I'm very pissy energy. You know, that should have been transferred to her, the more unhinged kind of like freak out thing. You know, she's like, I am angry at you, you weird naked blood man. Yeah,
very strange. So then the next thing we get to is Melania is on the phone to Leah, and she tells Leah that he's fine. In fact, he's in his office right now working. Cut to Dylan reading a book with the dust jacket taken off. He's surrounded by he's got 3 old laptops in front of him. He puts the book down and smashes all the laptops off the desk. He has like first of like many sequences where he like just flails for no reason.
It's amazing, and he's got his like silly. He's got like a silly like dressing on his ear, right?
A giant big pad. Yeah, it looks like Donald Trump after he got his quote unquote assassination attempt. Yeah, he's got that on. Yeah, we're all Donald, fuck me. And then it cuts to him, and then it breaks the 180 rule, cuts to him. It's in the same, I don't know how much time has passed. So he's passed out in front of his desk, and then it cuts to him awake again on the phone to his publisher, saying that he's got a deadline. We've all got deadlines. I'll call you. Don't call me anymore. I'll get my book to you. We're meant to infer that he's a novelist, and he's working on a novel, and he's talking to his agent or publisher. And then it cuts to him again. What's he doing? He's like looking at some papers or something, or he's about to start typing. And then we get like a voiceover from Neil. So we're talking from the mind of Neil Breen, Dylan saying, I have a damn master's degree in computer science, and I turn out to be a writer of novels. It's like, thank you, Dylan.
Thank
you, Neil. What I like about this, I don't want to call it a film. What I like about this experience is if you're not sure what's going on, occasionally he will stop and spell it out for you. So that's something.
It's bad.
Are you ready to meet Amy and Jim?
Oh, absolutely, because I love these guys.
Right, okay, so these guys are the beating heart of the movie for me.
Yeah.
Right, so I think they're maybe neighbours. It's not really clear how they knew each other, but we cut a couple sitting in their living room. Everything's magnolia coloured, and we have on the left a blonde woman called Amy. Sidebar. No women in this movie appear to be allowed to wear bras, and that's going to be a recurring theme. I think maybe in his mind it's like a women's lib thing, and like they burned the bras in the 60s because I believe in women's rights.
I can imagine Neil saying it in that Neil voice. They burned the bras. I believe in this. I believe in this. I never had a beard. They burned the bras in the 60s.
So we see this couple. They're sat in silence in their living room. She's just sat there facing her husband. Jim is sat there, her husband, who we saw earlier on. In his right hand, a bottle of vodka. In his left hand, a 16-ounce tumbler full of vodka. And he's just like sculling one, pouring it in.
He's like, yeah.
And then he's like, can I offer you a drink? And she's like, no. And then he does like the weirdest fucking thing in the world, which is that he kind of like crab walks across the room towards her, holding both the drinks, going, "Are you sure I can offer you a little drink?" It's like, well, that's the creepiest thing. And she like she's like on like an ottoman, and she like gets off it and moves to a further away chair because she's so freaked out by him.
They are, by the way, the best actors in the film.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Amy has an issue with volume control, and that she's always up here.
I think that Neil is probably telling her to be loud. Imagine going, Amy, I love a bit louder. You've got to be louder. And she's like, okay, whatever. Neil.
You feel angry.
You feel pissy.
Yeah, so oh my God. So he goes up to Amy, and he's like, he says to Amy, we don't have sex anymore. Do you realize that? Like she's going to miss, like she's not going to know. And then she's like, quite rightfully, where did that come from? Where did that come from? And he's like, it's been months. You're my wife. I want to share that with you. And then she says, I'm very pissy. My back is killing me. My office at the bank is having major problems.
It's amazing. I love it. It's like, yes, we know that your back's killing you because your director said don't wear bras because they burned in the 60s. I'm an ally. I'm Neil Breen. I'm a feminist. They burned the bras in the 60s. I'm such an ally. I never wear bras. You know, it's like...
and then Amy's like, be quiet. She'll hear you. And then Jim says, your stepdaughter. Maybe she should hear this so she doesn't make the same mistake. And I'm like, hang on a minute. Who's related to this kid then?
Yeah, what the fuck? So
why is she living with you?
Yeah, so what the fuck? And I mean,
I didn't even clock that. What the fuck?
Yeah, holy shit, man. I mean, I didn't like pick that shit up until like my third fucking rewatch. Your stepdaughter. So not my daughter, your stepdaughter. That's weird. That's really strange.
Well, where's the OG husband then? What's going on?
Yeah.
It's also kind of weird because
his soul is trapped inside the little black cube. The OG husband is dead. His soul's trapped in the black cube. Yeah. And also, like, stepdaughter's like about like literally. I mean, in real life, the actresses are like have like 3 years between them.
Yeah,
like she's literally, I think, like 3 years younger than her or something like that.
Mentally, she looks quite young, but yeah.
And it's like she's like 19.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, not. She's I think 3 years younger than the leading lady, than the doctor. So I imagine she's probably a similar age to.
There's like max 5 to 7 years between them, isn't it? They look like the same age. It's so weird.
They're like friends, like mates, like buddies. You've probably recruited them at the same time.
She's 18, and I just had the tab open. I think she's 49. 94, excuse me.
Whoa.
When a German starts throwing round the 40s, man.
I might have just ousted myself as a time traveler, excuse me.
Born in 2049. This movie's from the future. We've gone backwards.
Oh my God,
the kids' parents are probably just the weird whooshing effect going through the pasture shots.
So that's Jim and Amy and their roommate Ali, their ward, and we're going to see them a few more times through this movie. They are very much hold the same beat throughout in that they are deeply unhappy people, but we need to see it every now and again. And this is what I mean when I say the film is a bit of a kitchen sink drama. Yeah, it does occupy a very weird space that I think, and like I crafted something earlier on. I called it the cycle of fateful findings. Let me recount it for you now. My fateful findings cycle, and this is a work in progress. It's not finished. Number 1, what the fuck even is this? Number 2, this is so bad, it's bad. Number 3, maybe there's more going on here. Maybe it's like David Lynch without the money and formal training. 4, holy shit, there's a real story here. 5, my bad, this is so bad, it's bad. 6, what the fuck even is this? And you will do that over and over again. At the minute, I'm on stage 3, so I think something that David Lynch taps into a lot in Twin Peaks: The Return, particularly, and all of his works, is that occasionally he will go away from this like cosmic, weird, supernatural stuff, and then get really, really deeply involved in someone's domestic nonsense and watch that for a bit. And it's like a weird kind of like scaling thing he does. And I don't know if Neil's intentionally doing that here, but we do see a lot of it, and that's as much credit as I'm going to throw Neil's way. And the fact that this came out before The Return, so he's going off like original Twin Peaks, Lost Highway, Mulholland Drive. You know what this movie is, right? This is if The Room is like outsider art version of like a Tennessee Williams play, then this is like an outsider art version of Mulholland Drive, which is already fucking outsider art. So what the fuck? Anyway, right, next scene. Neil, where are my pills? Where are my pills?
We all ask the same question.
And then Milani's like, I will get them for you. And then she takes a couple, I think, and then she grabs them and she chucks them to him. He catches them, and then he looks at them and goes, I don't need these. I'm not going to take these anymore. You were just freaking out because you didn't have them.
Sir, please, they're my emotional support pills.
And then then he throws them in the toilet. Right, Neil's like, no more, no more, and then pours them into the toilet. They look like fucking Benadryl, or like those pink ibuprofen, by the way.
It could be Benadryl. She might be fixing to see the Hat Man.
Yeah, and then he walks away. He casts the bottle down onto the bathroom floor. Doesn't put it in a bin, just casts it down.
He gone.
And then she walks over to the toilet and fishes them out of the toilet. And I need to stop right now and remind you all that this film was probably filmed in Neil Breen's house. That's Neil Breen's real toilet that Neil Breen really shits in.
And she just gets them out and just looks at them in her hand. It's like time is a factor. These things will be degrading very quickly due to the fact that there's like water all around them. Fucking dry them out, Melania, you idiot.
Real whooshing over the laptops. This rock that he really, really cares about, that he's had since he was a child, that unlocks his powers. He's left it loafing on a pile of files on his desk, and it falls. But then we see a scene of the rock in his hand, and then it dissolves out of his hand. And then we enter the pocket dimension, which is the weird black room, which is Neil Breen's box room that he's coated all the walls and furniture in with bin liners. Yeah.
I'm in the bin bag room. Don't disturb me while I'm filming. I'm making a masterpiece.
I'm working in my bin bag room. Told you, don't bother me when
I'm nude in here as well. It
is nude in here. He's always nude in there. Creepy as fuck.
It is creepy as fuck. That's a
bin bag room.
Mum found a bin bag room. You know, that's the difference. Piss drawers are for boys. Bin bag rooms are for men.
So, what do we think the bin bag room represents?
An excuse for Neil Breen to get fucking naked because this film is his, like, way of getting his dick out without getting arrested for it.
What does Neil Breen really think about that? Like he was making, like, he's inside the rock. What does the rock represent? Like, what's the bin bag? What's the bin bag room? What's the pocket dimension inside the stone? Is it him? Is it?
I don't think this film even knows. I don't think Neil knows. I think this is a supernatural film that has no idea of its own internal mythology, mythos, or cosmology. It doesn't know how any of the shit that it puts out there actually works. If pressed, I imagine he'd say, "Oh, it's just the darkness in my soul, and it's my mind palace, and it's the depths within me." But I don't think there's any real kind of.
Yeah, it's my palace. It shows all the imagination. Yeah,
It's my palace.
room.
I
see your thought in here.
Hold up, is Janice real? Hold up, Sanya's writing, is this fire?
Right, so this is something else I was going to say. Was like, when I watched this film, I thought this is the kind of movie that would probably need an intimacy coordinator, but it would just be Neil himself, like it is everything else is Neil.
Just like fucking Neil with like a fake mustache and some fake glasses. Like, hello, I'm Neil Breen. I'm the intimacy coordinator. Pay no attention to the fact the fly of my jeans is undone. You know?
Yeah. So like in the credits of this film, because in his previous 2 films, he just put Neil Breen, Neil Breen, Neil Breen for everything, and he got rinsed for it. So he thought, I'm going to get around it this time. I'm going to make up some fake companies so that people can see that I've got, like, my craft services are funded from somewhere else and stuff. But then at the bottom of the credits, because he can't fucking stop himself, he writes all companies that have a B or an N in the name are actually Neil Breen. So, like, you go back and it's like Bits of Food or whatever it's called, and it says, like, it's Neil Breen. So, like, for this, you would have been, like, intimacy coordinator, butts and boobs, but it would have been Neil Breen still.
Yeah, balls and nipples.
Balls, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. So
I mean, is he just making these films so he can, like, legally expose himself to people? That's kind of a dark question to ask. I don't think there's any real, like, allegations against Neil Breen. I might be wrong, but don't need to say his ass so much.
Yeah, unless on his planet they don't normally have asses, and it's like
actually, fair one.
The
like,
human form he's taken to make this is he's got excited about it.
Okay, so we still haven't decided what he's doing in his mind bin.
No,
yes,
right, so...
Right, yeah.
I think I'm with Rory to a certain extent that it doesn't mean anything. But I did watch like a YouTube video by a guy who took it all very seriously, and he tried to explain it. I forgot what he said, mate. There was too much of it. There was too much of it.
Incredible
scene. Give it way too much credence. I was like, nah, that's not communicated to us at all. That's bullshit. No.
My bin is actually the box from the beginning.
He's inside.
He's inside the box. And
he's not inside the rock. He's inside the box now.
Yeah, and he is the rock.
He is the rock, and he's inside the box. Can you smell what Neil Breen is cooking? He is indeed the most electrifying man in sports, entertainment, and movie magic auteurdom.
Oh my God, Neil the Rock Breen. Right, moving on.
Please.
Neil goes to therapy. Sorry, Dylan goes to therapy. Neil should go to therapy. We see that he's sat on a really long table with him and the therapist on opposite ends of it to probably imply some distance between them, like they aren't seeing eye to eye. It's very A-level, English level shit here.
It's just the fucking Putin desk, right? At this point.
Yeah.
You better stay the fuck out of my living room.
What I really like is that Neil starts a shot at looking at Dylan, and then he pans across. He's going to pan all the way down the desk and go all the way to the rear end of the guy, but he gets bored of it in the editing process and gets halfway through the shot and goes, actually, just cut to the guy. And then they have a bit of a discussion. He's like, I was supportive of you when you wrote your first novel. Just short, like throws out exposition. And he's like, I offered you medications that could help you concentrate. Like, give him some Adderall or whatever. And then Neil says, I'm feeling less stable. And then it just cuts to him walking out of the room, like walking down the stairs. Like, right? Did you just drop a bomb at the end of your session? And what happened? That's the end of our time. I was too busy expositing for the last 59 minutes.
That's how I converse with my boss, actually. I make offhand comments to the person watching in the corner that isn't actually there, and then just end the conversation by saying, sir, I'm feeling less stable. I need to leave now.
Just drop a non sequitur and bounce. Dylan talks to his publisher again, and during this, we see some weird editing. We cut back to Melania as she's doing the dishes that she was doing during the accident at the very beginning of the film. Like, same outfit, same shot. Very weird.
He has a funny opinion of women, doesn't he? It's like, all women work at the bank and also do the dishes all the time.
Yes, right, yeah, that's a good point. So maybe...
He acts like he's never met a human in his life.
So maybe this is how Amy and Melania are supposed to know each other, because they both work at the bank. Right?
Yeah, I was going to say, did they meet doing the dishes?
Did they meet doing dishes? Yeah.
The fucking cleaners at the bank. Oh, well, you guys both work at the bank. What do you do? The dishes.
The dishes. Yeah.
The bank is having trouble.
Because there's not a sink.
The dishwasher broke.
We are not sexist. Neil Breen is sexist. Yes. I just want to say that right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's at this point he's sexist until proven otherwise. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking bang the drum too much, but it is weird. He writes women in an incredibly weird fashion.
Yeah.
I am busy.
Why would you say? No one would say that. I first thought she said, I am busy. Then I listened to it like 4 times and the bouncer was like, nope, that's pissy. That's
pissy.
Yeah,
that's a hard P.
I was equally uncertain if she actually said that, but...
No, she's pissy. She is pissy. And to be fair, she plays her pissy.
Mm.
Good job by that actress. Dylan talks to his publisher again, and then we get a great meme-worthy scene, probably one of the scenes that you'll see on YouTube if you look this movie up. It's him trying to drink a coffee, and then his hand wobbles loads, and then he passes out, and the coffee, he rests it gently on his laptop, and then clearly Neil thinks, this wasn't dramatic enough. I'm going to go for it. So then he wakes up again and tries to gesture towards drinking the coffee. Like, he's weak and enfeebled. He remembers the crash during it, and then he goes to drink the coffee, and then he passes out again, but this time he spills the coffee all over the laptop and his papers on his desk, and it's fucking ridiculous. And it made me actually angry when I was watching it.
Yeah. It has no, fucking impact, because we know those laptops aren't turned on. We've got no knowledge or interest in what he's actually working on. We don't see the stakes of what he's creating. We don't see information about the hacking that he's doing or the novel he's writing. We're just seeing him in a bunch of broken laptops that he probably got off fucking Craigslist. We're selling a job lot of 15 busted up laptops, don't have hard drives in them, got them off a guy called Epstein. Oh wow, you spilled some coffee over the thing that hasn't been turned on this whole movie. And it got some on the documents that we don't give a shit about. Well done, Matt.
Yeah, we don't care about what he's working on. He's not working on his novel. We find out, but we don't care about what he is working on either, because he never explains any of it. But we'll get into that when we hit it. Before that, the introduction to Neil's Ferrari, which has its own page on his website in the Bruniverse section. It is called the Ferrari, which is a misspelling of Ferrari. Because he has a vanity plate on the vehicle that spells Ferrari, which you'll see if you watch Double Down. Very strange. It also says on the website that Jim was only allowed, and he calls him Jim on the website as well, not the actor's name. It says that Jim was only allowed to touch the mirrors. And sure enough, in the scene, we see Jim polishing the mirror and touching nothing else on the car. And then Amy comes in and says, Jim, you care more about that car than me. And then, you would rather stay in here and get drunk with that car than be with me. And it's like, mate, he's been begging you for ages to touch him, and you show him no attention.
He's been trying to hit for ages, so sorry if, he's maintaining his dignity by just going and CarMaxing for a bit,
and sure, the car will only let him touch its wing mirror, but at least the car's letting him touch something.
Jim deserves better. Jim deserved better. # justice for Jim.
Can't I be out of this one, Jim?
Yeah.
Can't I be out of this one? Anya invites Jim and Amy over for a meal.
And this is so good.
This is weird. So there's a costume change between Amy shouting at Jim and Amy on the phone to Melania. So we have no idea how much time has passed. And actually, this is true of the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's not clear if this is a day or weeks or months since the accident happened. The fact that Dylan has no visible scarring or anything at all after the first couple of scenes, I have no idea how long this is taking place over.
This film doesn't appear to have any kind of you're right, chronology. You get no sense at all of time passing in the slightest, which is another tick in the box of he doesn't know how films work. He doesn't know how to tell stories. He's a filmmaker who can't make a film, and yet he persists, and yet he does so. So that's stalwart space alien drive like the film industry really needs. He's not of this earth. He doesn't know films. He hasn't ever seen one. He's over 7,000 years old. He comes from Gamma Hyperion 7 or whatever, and he's the carbon-based life form that's going to save Hollywood.
I'm glad you mentioned that right now, because this scene is where I was made certain that Neil Breen is not a human being.
Yeah.
And has maybe never had a meal with other people before.
Yeah. He's never had a fucking conversation with other people before. One of my highlights is, would you like my wine? I'd love your wine. Tries the wine, then turns to Neil. Wow, you've recovered really well. It's okay, so just completely bin her off about giving her wine critique. It's
Yeah. So weird.
You know what's funny about this as well, though, because they work together, right? So they're workmates. But later on, Melania's like, I hate my job at the bank. All my co-workers suck. It's I hate
the people I work with.
Yeah.
My best friend Davey.
My job sucks. I hate the people I work with. Yeah, as you said, including your best friend. And it's I
love that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this scene just makes no one responds to each other. Everyone just makes a statement. Apart from Neil, people say things to Neil. Neil gets himself a line, and says back stuff. So Jim says to Neil, you were in really bad shape. We thought you were gonna die, and he's like, I've got really good family genes, but I'm still in a lot of pain.
He's like, R.I.P. to grandma, but I'm built different,
Neil asks Ali how school's going. She goes, nearly done, but I have got one big project left on elephants in Africa.
And then they're like, oh, Neil wouldn't care about
Neil-
this stupid shit. You
Neil
idiot
doesn't give a fuck
child.
about elephants in
Yeah.
Africa.
Neil doesn't
And she's
care,
like-
but he's like, he does care.
Yeah, I initially thought this scene was mental because they're all sat at the dinner table, but there's no food there yet.
Yeah.
So then
Jim
just,
fucking drunkenly like knocks his beer over that. Can I have some
Yes, he
wine?
does. But you see it like really clearly just being full of water as well.
Yeah.
It's just water. And then he's like, "Can I have some more wine?"
That's amazing.
No.
And like, you know what this is? This is like dialogue translated from Simlish to English.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a bunch of fucking Sims having a nonsensical conversation, dropping stuff, and just being weird. Like that. Like
Football icon, tragedy mask
yes,
icon,
exactly, and
hockey stick icon, astronaut icon, double negative.
yeah. and then one of them just gets up and like fucking scrapes the plate over the bin like a depressed fucking sim. It's
And
even
then
got a
fire
swimming pool.
starts.
Yeah, it's even got a swimming pool. You could build this in The Sims, get all the family into the swimming pool, and remove the fucking ladders.
I love it. Oh man. Yeah, this is incredible. I want to talk about the swimming pool bit when we get to it. Jesus Christ, so good.
Yeah,
Then we get probably the most important line of dialogue in the movie because it cuts suddenly and abruptly back to Dylan in his office. He's typing in his computer. I'm going to continue hacking into these government systems to see what I can find out about all this national and international corruption I know is going on. Incredible. So that's like fucking 45 minutes into the film. When I first watched that, my head exploded. Figuratively.
Mine did literally.
Like, what the
You're
fuck?
speaking of the clone.
I was not ready for that. Oh, you're like Tony Shalhoub in Men in Black. Like, your head exploded and a tiny little one grew up in its place.
Yeah, yeah. That's the reason for the massive caffeine intake. It's like because the tiny head needs to get bigger.
So that was really weird. And then it cuts again, abruptly. Again, another thing you have in this film is you no idea what time of day it is. Because everything was filmed at 2:00 in the afternoon with the blinds shut.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's maybe the middle of the night or like a siesta or like first thing in the morning.
I think he's filming on people's lunch breaks, isn't it? Really, let's be honest here. He's like filming on people's lunch breaks.
Possibly. So we get a weird shot of Amy and Jim in bed. Amy is lying face down in the bed with like her squished side boob visible to us because the sheets are like halfway down her back.
Yeah.
Nobody sleeps like this.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever slept like this. Jim meekly
Fully
turns
clothed,
and goes,
right?
Amy, can we talk now? Again, presumably wakes her up to ask her this, and then she kind of just turns her back to him like any reasonable person would, and then he turns his back to her and he looks sad, and we get it. They're unhappy. Then we get Melania on the phone with somebody. I don't know if it's the same day. This could be 10 weeks later. Melania's on the phone with somebody. She is, I think, stoned.
Yeah.
And she's complained to somebody that Dylan has stopped taking his pills, and then she goes, asks, "Can you get me some?" And we don't know who it is yet. We find out in about half an hour, but that's a weird little non sequitur of a scene.
Yeah.
Then we get back to the therapist again. It means fucking nothing. It's so annoying. They have the same conversation in circles again. This therapist isn't helping him. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking sick of it. Sick of seeing it. We'll see him one more time. Fucks me off every time. And then we get a great bit. It's Dylan and Melania having their fight. Where Dylan finally says another piece of plot that if you weren't paying attention to, spells it out. Your pill taking for pain relief has gotten out of control. I told you this was going to drive us apart. This is the first time we're seeing them talk about it.
The film doesn't tell you why she's taking it at all, apart from pain relief. I wonder if he got confused because I mean, fucking Amy's back sore all the time, right? Did he just confuse himself when he was writing? Did he just like attack himself in the confusion?
Amy and Melania are like the same character. And we even get a scene later on when Melania is taking pills.
Yeah, that is true.
Amy. Yeah, Amy.
Amy's taking pills. Yeah, so it's like
Amy's taking pills.
Yeah.
So they're both taking pills. And it's like, hang on a minute, what the fuck? So is that meant to be like a commentary about how in suburban America everyone's living the same lives and that there's stuff going on behind all the doors and it happens to all be the same stuff? Am I giving them too much credit again?
Women beyond pills, am I right, fellow humans?
Women What do women do? They wash a dish, they work a bank, and they all have pill addictions. They drink wine.
Hello, fellow human men.
Am I right? Am I right?
Well, am I wrong?
Brown-haired women get stoned and call their dealer. Blonde women shoot that car full of holes. Am I right?
They are pissy and have back pain.
I
am not. No comment.
All they do is eat hot chips, be in chronic pain, twerk, and lie. Jesus. Yeah, he is not beating any kind of sexism allegations at all.
I do think all the women he's cast in this film do know how to twerk, because I do think, as a resident of Las Vegas, he's cast them entirely out of strippers. And I think he says as much as that in an interview that I've read. Anyway, Melania agrees that she has a drug problem, but she loves the pills, and she'd be lost without them. She refuses to go to rehab. We get a solitary shot of Dylan's office again, without him in it. I think we're meant to guess which laptop isn't there, because the next thing we see is them back in the living room again, but this time he has a laptop, and he's typing, and he's like, I gotta get this work done. And then Melania is on the phone, she hangs up the phone, she's pissed, she goes, my job sucks!
Yes.
I don't like the people I work with! And then Dylan, like, completely ignores it, just goes, I've just about hacked into all the information that I need. Like, I've got a couple more good hacks to do. Nearly got it.
We know your job. It's your fault you married the President of the United States.
Yeah.
One more hack and I'm done, guys. One more fucking hack. You know what it's like? It's like that fucking, God help me, I'm gonna make an XKCD reference. It's like an XKCD comic when, like, there's a woman in bed and she's going, "My husband come to bed." He's like, "No, somebody on the internet is wrong." And it's like, it's like that.
Big energy. So what happens now is Dylan and Melania continue having this argument where neither of them acknowledge what the other one is saying, and they talk at complete cross purposes. So Dylan's like, I've got to get this work done. I have so much work to do. And like Melania's like, the bank is failing. Pills help. Like, what the fuck? And then Dylan finally acknowledges it and goes, it's a crutch! Get off the pills! Straighten your life out! And she's like, maybe it's because of you that I'm on the pills.
Probably, to be honest.
Probably.
He's fucking hard work. He's hard work.
If I woke up in the morning and Neil Breen said, put your hands in my toilet and collect these pills that I've dropped in there, man, I'd want to take him too. Immediately after the scene, they make up and they have a sex scene. It's so fucked up. So if you watch the argument scene, you will notice that he's wearing like a black t-shirt, she's wearing like a turquoise top, and they have little slits cut in the collar here.
Yeah.
That gets paid off here. So they go back to his office. And they kind of like start like kind of tugging on each other. He like starts like sweeping stuff off the desk, but he doesn't do it like in one smooth motion.
He's gingerly doing it as if he's a stranger to his own body, as if he rarely possesses this meat suit. He's transferred himself from his normal crystalline form into this human body that he has hanging in his like metal fucking body locker, and he's still getting used to how to move things, because normally on his home planet, it's all done with the mind,
He's got a mind or like one big proboscis that can manipulate items.
He's just got one like multi-purpose proboscis that like comes out of his chest, and he uses it to like pick things up, but also like hypnotize people and do his bidding and shit. So using a normal fucking like bipedal humanoid body is strange to him. Hence the very gingerly
sweeping off the books. Then
yeah.
And I think no less than 3 times, maybe a 4th time, he picks up like a bundle of papers and drops them over their heads.
Yeah.
Which are meant to be like notes from his novel, I guess.
Yeah.
But like 4 times, and they laugh, and then they do this weird thing where like that's a really dramatic, like clearing the decks so we can fuck on this desk kind of a movement.
Yeah.
But then they kind of like have a really chaste, like mouths closed kiss every now and again. And then they like kind of awkwardly like rip each other's shirts off.
Yeah.
And then there's one bit that makes me genuinely angry. So on the left of frame is Neil Breen. On the right of frame is Melania Trump. And then it cuts to their feet, and their feet are the other way around.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, oh right, so what? Neil's got like painted toenails. Like, what's going on? And then their shirts drop.
Put it beyond him, to be honest.
He's an alien to our planet, dude. He doesn't know our social mores yet. Leave him alone. Give him some credit.
Yeah. Really weird, and I hate it. The first of 2 really awkward sex scenes in this film, where all they do is they kiss a little bit and their shirts come off. Thankfully, we don't see any nip. Awkward.
Compare and contrast this to the sex scenes in The Room.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Right, who hasn't have you seen The Room, Sanye? Jesus Christ. This
So
is
the
like
sex scenes
required
actually,
watching.
yeah, so the sex scenes in The Room actually look and feel like actual movie sex scenes. They're not great, and there is a point when it looks like Tommy's trying to fuck his girlfriend in the belly button. Still, apart from his weird posture in that one scene, I love Sanya's look on his face. That's amazing. Just full concern.
He's kind of like gyrating, but a little bit too high up her body.
Yeah, but the sex scenes in The Room look like actual sex scenes. This is just, again, it's so weird, it's so uncanny, it's so strange. This guy cannot make films, he can't write films, he can't write sex scenes, action scenes, dialogue, anything.
Yeah, so like in The Room, like Tommy Wiseau knows that if I'm gonna have a sex scene, I need to put an R&B sex jam on.
Yeah.
And I need to like soften the frame a little bit, and I need to do it in like a bedroom and like fucking tinsel roses on my girlfriend and shit like that.
We also have to say at this point that anyone who knows the real deep Rory lore, like Mike, who was there at the time, is that particular R&B sex jam was me and Emma's first
rose,
dance at the wedding.
My rose, you are my rose.
Yeah, that was our first dance at the wedding, man.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Good times. You are my rose, you are my rose. There's nobody using music from this film as that first fucking dance, that's for sure.
Yeah, very, very bad. Right. Scene over for now.
Thank God.
So yeah, now we meet Dylan's new therapist, which is an old lady who lives under a stairwell.
I love it. And they're sitting like so fucking close to each other. It's amazing.
Which is obviously like a direct contrast to the old therapist, I guess.
But it's so badly lit. The whole scene is so badly lit. She looks like legitimately like she's not having a good time, right?
Yeah.
It's like the scene's badly lit. It looks like it's in a broom cupboard. They're like face to face with each other, and it's like, how have you run out of rooms already? How have you run out of fucking rooms already that you've got like, oh, here's a broom cupboard. We'll remove the cleaning chemicals and the mop, and I don't know what else you keep in there. I don't want to know what he keeps in that broom cupboard. And we're gonna have this weird fucking knee to knee. It's not even face to face. It's knee to fucking knee conversation. It's bad.
It's really weird. Her name is Dr. A. Andra.
Yeah.
And like most of the cast in this film, she's played by somebody who hasn't got a picture on IMDb. But she's really odd. So she, in contrast to the other therapist, knows about his powers. And she says, you were given a power. It's in the wind. They will harm you. And basically, she is, again, drawing back to David Lynch, she is, I think, meant to be like the log lady of Twin Peaks for this movie. Like, she's like the sort of person who knows stuff that she shouldn't really know, has a weird wisdom about her. It's not properly paid off, but it's a bit weird. As she's talking to hammer that home, they do kind of like the whooshy noises that you get from like the, I call it a forest spirit. I've seen it referred to online as the foot fart.
The foot fart, fuck, Jesus Christ. We are deep into the weeds on this fan lore at this point, the foot fart, fucking Christ.
Yeah. Right after that, to again punctuate that something creepy is going on now. We get the weird scene where Neil Breen is stood looking at himself in a mirror, and then he walks away from the mirror, and the other mirror reflection stands there still. Doesn't probably mean something to somebody.
When I just like rewatched this today for God knows how many times, and that scene, I was literally, good for you. Good for you, you dick.
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that on Canva, I reckon. Right. And then we get the scene where Amy's on pills. So Amy and Jim are in a really darkly lit bedroom again. I have no idea what time of day it is. And she's wearing the same top she was wearing when she was yelling at him earlier on in the garage. And she's got the pills in her hand, and then she's trying to apologise to him. And I think it's meant to be sincere, but she's yelling everything. She's like, I'm sorry! I let you down! I let you down! And then he's like, and it's like, it's okay. We can start again. It's fine. And she's like, I think I'm beyond that now. And I think we're all beyond that now. I think she's like really angrily breaking up with him, but she's like trying to put him down softly, but she's doing it like at 11. Really weird. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay, I've checked out of it now. After that, we get the black shoes that we saw in the hospital earlier on that vanished are in his house now, and they vanish again, unexplained. Doesn't get properly explained. We do see them one more time, and that just me saying that sounded a bit like Mulholland Drive. Like, if you've been good, you'll see me once more. If you see me bad, you'll see me twice. Right, okay. We're in a bit now where Dylan's working once again. He's got all that work to do because he's uncovering corruption, etc., etc. And then Melania comes in and he goes, I have too much to do. I need you to go away now.
Fucking hell, man.
But then it immediately cuts to him going, "I'm so sorry for pushing you away." And then they make up. And then she goes, "Are you having an affair? That's it, isn't it?" And I think to myself, like, not yet. He will be, but not yet.
But his fucking childhood holiday friend, One-Itis, who also was briefly involved in maybe trying to cure him, turns up at his fucking pool party.
And he goes, "I'm just frustrated with writing. I haven't told you the truth, though." And he tells her, and I have to say this, he tells her again about hacking into government and corporate international secrets, because he actually already has told her the truth. He just has forgotten that he's told her it. So he tells her again what he's up to. Brilliant. And then she's like, "What? Are you crazy? That's dangerous." And then he's like, "Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone." And then she tells people, and he tells people. He tells everyone. He tells everyone who will listen.
He's like fucking Sterling Archer telling people he's a spy all the time.
Yeah.
What's the point of being a spy if you can't tell people? Lana.
And then he goes back into the bin bag room again. We see him with the book. He picks up the book. He looks in the book. He's nude. What's the book? I don't care. Right.
No one gives a fuck at this point about this book. He's trying to put this like really fucking deep stuff into the films, deep symbolism, and no one gives a fuck. Even the people who were analysing it, like us, we don't care about this book.
I don't care to know what the book is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's meant to represent. It's not set up properly, nor is the room. The room, I assume, is the Black Rock, but why is he inside the Black Rock? Is he in there in his mind? Is he seeing this stuff? Is he feeling? I don't care. Right, back to the kitchen. And Melania says, and I think she's trying to be like charming and nice, and it sounds so Heimlich. She says, "How about a nice, quiet, peaceful barbecue by the pool?" And then we cut to like them having a pool party, but there's like a load of canned in like chatter and stuff. Like there's like it's meant to be like there's like loads of people there, but actually there's only ever more than like 5 people in frame at any one time.
Yeah, because we're working on a pretty fucking tight budget, right? Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah.
So.
But this is his Sims pool. It's like a little 2x4 Sims pool.
It's your little fucking broke ass pool that you put in your Sims house when, like, you know, just big enough to serve as a family execution chamber.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. We see Leah again for the first time since the beginning of the film. Melania greets her by going, "The doctor at the hospital." And that exact clip of audio will be used again in like about 30 seconds where someone else meets her and goes, "The doctor at the hospital."
Jesus Christ.
Really weird. Leah introduces her beau. It is a man called Tim that she is marrying.
Yeah.
We won't ever see this guy again.
Tim died on the way back to his home planet.
Fuck that guy. Little bald guy with his little goatee. Fuck that guy. God.
Punching. He's punching. You know?
He is punching.
I was only a matter of time before I should leave him for a super stud like Neil Breen. Can't even say that.
Exactly right. So she stood by the pool. Her phone vibrates in her pocket. So she reaches for it. But because she insists on carrying the notebook that she had as a child around everywhere with her, and she shoved it into the pocket of his incredibly tight jeans. Of course, as she pulls the phone out, the notebook falls on the floor as well. But Neil's there to pick it up, because he's a gentleman, but not a gentleman. Picks up the book, and he opens it on a page that reads, "It's a magical day." And she's like, "Oh, that's just a little book. I've been carrying that around ever since I was a kid." And he's like, "It's you. It's you. I know it's you. You're Leah." And she's like, "And you're Dylan." And then he's like, and then he's a bit like Ice Cube in War of the Worlds. "It's you! It's you! You're Disruptor!"
I don't watch weather. I watch people and also bin bag rooms.
And then they just start holding hands, like in his back garden with his wife there and her fiancé. It's fucked up. And then his wife comes over and he's like, "I've known her since she was 8 years old."
And I was 26.
And I was 26. Because they're meant to be the same age, and he's like 55 and she's like 35.
Yeah, so he's either had like a fucking hard paper round, or she's like incredibly like youthful, or he's a skeezy Hollywood type adjacent guy who's just cast someone much fucking younger. Because he could have made this film with a younger lead actor who was more believable, but he wanted to do the fucking naked two-step wheel covered in blood in the fucking shower with Melania. You know what I mean?
Has to be on there, Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. It's also not fucking true, by the way. He hasn't known her since she was 8 years old.
Yeah.
He knew her when she was 8 years old. And then
Yeah.
there's a 30-year gap where he didn't know her.
Yeah. I think, oh my God, yes, I've known of her existence since she was 8. We were friends for 2 months, and I've spent the rest of my life fucking pining for her, despite leading on Melania, who, by the way, he doesn't deserve her. You know, she's got her faults. She's got a pill addiction, probably related to him. She's
Probably.
in pain somehow, probably related to him. He doesn't fucking deserve her, man. I'm saying, hashtag Melania deserves better.
Not a hot take. And who should come to be her shining knight in armour? Jim, who is drunk again at the function.
Yeah.
And puts the moves on Melania.
Yeah.
And she sure...
Jim's fucking mint. I love the guy. Jim's class.
Jim is spinning up. This is Jim's final hurrah, mate. This is the last bit of positive action you'll take.
Basically.
Poor guy. The guy's in a lot of pain.
He is in a lot of pain.
Probably
you know?
also related.
Is that?
What's that?
Probably also Neil Breen's fault.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Big side. Yeah. The author has decreed you won't get any pussy. And this is what's happened to the motherfucker. Yeah.
I'm
real
Neil
bad.
Breen. I get all the pussy in South California.
And then I nearly skipped this because it's only like 5 words in my notes. And I nearly just skimmed right over it. But all that fucked up shit with Ali in the pool happens.
Jesus Christ.
So
did you hear that sigh that I just let out there?
man, this is fucked up, right?
What
So people
the
who haven't
fuck?
watched the
It's
film
like-
and are listening to this podcast as a service, I will explain what happens, and we'll skid on past it as quickly as we possibly fucking can.
Yeah.
I will say one thing about it, but right, okay. So what happens is Neil Breen is back in his office, working ever so hard on hacking his government and corporate systems. He looks out of his window and sees that Ali is in his back garden, in his pool. She takes up off her top, but we don't see anything, thankfully, because she has her back to us. And she gets into the pool. She looks over her shoulder up to the window where she notices Dylan is looking out the window, and she goes, "Dylan!" And then she gets out of the pool immediately, having not swam in the pool.
The fuck?
Then she gets into their house and starts running herself a bubble bath with the drain open. So so the tap is running into the bath with the plug not in, and she's just pouring bubble bath into the plug. Fine, whatever. Then Dylan hears the noise, goes into the bathroom to find out what's going on, and Ali stands out of the back to him and drops her towel, and he's like, "You can't do this," right? And this is where I want to stop it. So the correct thing to do in this situation, right? The only reasonable thing to do in this situation is to shut the fucking door again with you on the other side of it and say, "Put on your clothes and get out of my house. I'll talk to your parents about this, but you have to go immediately." And then you probably want to call her parents immediately.
Yeah.
What Dylan does is not that. Dylan goes into the room, kneels down onto the floor and picks up the towel and puts the towel on her, but by doing so is put his head in close proximity to her naked body.
Yeah.
Fucked up. And then they have a whole thing where he throws out the house. Weird, unnecessary, really pervy thing to put in your movie for no reason. Big time. And then to add insult to injury, Jim's killed. Right, So Jim is once again in the garage. He's working on Neil's Ferrari. Amy comes into the room, but Amy's pissed off. So we see a bit where Amy's tooling up separately, and then she goes so she's going equipped into the garage where Jim is working the Ferrari. This is premeditation, okay? She's angry that Jim wants to work on the Ferrari all the time instead of spend time with her, even though she keeps rebuffing his efforts again. And then she goes, "I'm going to shoot this damn car full of holes," which is great. And then Jim puts his hand out to kind of protect the car and go, "No, no, no, no." And then she fires one round and it instantly kills Jim. And then we get probably the most quoted line of the film, right? So the initial gunshot appeared to have no damage to Jim. He just kind of passed out randomly.
Yeah.
When we see him again, he is covered in blood. And there is blood oozing from the back of his neck over his body. Weird. Dylan comes in, gets down on the deck with him, cradles him in his arms, and goes, "How could you have done this? Jim! I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide. How could you have done this? How could you have committed suicide? I can't help you out of this one, Jim. Goodbye, my friend."
Statement of the fucking century. I can't help you out with this one, pal.
Yeah.
At this moment in time, I am unable to assist.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's mental. Just before that happens, actually, Amy also stages it to look like a suicide.
Yeah.
But she does the worst possible job of it. She doesn't even wipe the gun down and put it in his hand. She just throws the gun down near him.
Yeah. Terrible. Terrible.
Not going to be a difficult investigation.
No.
Not going to be a difficult one at all.
It's like, I mean, all our neighbours knew that she was pissy and constant back pain because she yells all the time. So it's open and shut. I mean, you don't need to be Columbo to work this one out. You know.
My wife often gets pissy. Just one more thing. How was your back pain?
Just one more thing. Do you have any bras in the house? You see, my old lady. You see, my wife. She used to burn her bra in the 60s too.
But you know what she did? She bought a new one.
Once that back pain, it went away.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine if he goes to when his body's taken for autopsy and it's Quincy who does the autopsy and fucking Quincy's looking at it and then Columbo comes in, they look at each other, they're like, what is this, a crossover episode? And he's like, women be pissy, right?
Quincy, man. I love Quincy.
What a dude,
Great,
my
man.
boy Jack Klugman, legend.
Jack Klugman. And I used to love the opening credits, and it's always him lounging on a yacht with some random woman. It's always a supercut of him with much younger women.
Yeah. Which somehow feels much more wholesome than this shit that we had to witness with fucking Neil Breen, you know?
Fucking bad, man. What I don't like about it is that Neil Breen writes every woman wants to have sex with him. Everyone wants a piece of the Breen peen.
The Breenus.
The Breenus is the most important part of the body. 90% of naval accidents occur to the Breenus.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. So Melania feels guilt over Jim's death. She feels that her rebuffing of him is the reason why he died. Fucking main character syndrome.
Yeah, her shooting him was the reason he died.
Yeah, his homicide is the reason why he died.
Yeah. It's God, I rebuffed him so much, and then he somehow died, paying no attention to the fucking 9mm bullet that pierced his neck, I guess, you know?
Yep. We get another scene of Dylan on the fucking phone to his agent, and he finally goes, "No more books!" Good, because he hasn't been writing a book, or switched his laptop on the entire movie. Then we start seeing, oh my God, right. And then we see, because he's met up with Leah again, we get another fucking pocket dimension bin bag room shot of Dylan with Leah naked. Only it's not Leah, it's a different actress that we haven't seen yet. Because she has long brown hair, and no one else in the movie has long brown hair. So clearly, he wanted to have Leah in it. The actress who played Leah went, I'm not doing that because that's creepy as fuck. So a different woman who he could pay to get naked on film, and for him to cuddle with is in it instead, and it's horrible. She's lightly greased up. Did you notice that? Weird.
I did not. She's hold on, pause. She's lightly greased up.
Yeah, she's a bit shiny.
Jesus, that's imagine Neil Breen looming over you in his fucking makeup director role in a fucking white lab coat and going, I'm gonna make you shiny. I'm going to make you shine a bit for this movie film that I'm making for the humans.
I like to imagine that it's they're all different personalities as well, like in that movie Split.
Yeah.
It was James McAvoy.
Or fucking Primal Fear.
Yeah. He's got 20 different personalities, and he's I'm Patricia, and I'm the makeup artist. Jesus Christ. Yeah, awful. Get another fucking scene with him in the original therapist, even though we've already established that guy's not working. He doesn't want to see him anymore. He's like, I thought I was helping you, and don't you want my help? And he's even already gone for the effort of getting pills from Reddy. He shows him a bottle of pills, and it's like, fuck, man, he doesn't care about the pills anymore. Fucking go. Then we cut to Melania again, stoned again on the phone with her dealer. We found out her dealer is Dylan's therapist, and she's and she spills the beans that he's been writing about government secrets, and then she tries to get some more pills off him instead. So her dealer is fucking her husband's therapist, who is about fucking 200 years old as well.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Question, is this meant to be the leak that gets to the establishment that starts the whole process of Leah getting kidnapped later?
I think it is.
I think it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But he doesn't spell it out for us.
Or maybe we're just connecting the dots in our head, because the other alternative is to just make peace with the fact that this script was entirely written in one fucking day while Neil was maybe taking a day off from his actual architecture job. Can we just pause on the fact that Neil Breen's an architect, right? Like, this man designs buildings, and that to me is horrifying. Because,
licensed architect.
Yeah, licensed architect, licensed and probably practicing architect. This man designs buildings, and I've done some research, and I can't see any mentions of people identifying a building that Neil Breen's designed, but there'll be one out there. And I bet one day I'll go at like a petrol station in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? And leave a fill up and fill my car up, and I'll go inside and walk in at the kiosk, and there's no like kind of checkout desk. There's a load of late 90s, early 2000s laptops open and attached to the walls, and there's just rows and rows of prescription pills in plastic bottles. A bunch of women are milling around with just gigantic tits, and then all I want is to pay for my petrol to get home, right? And Neil Breen just appears from like Neil Breen walks through the door, literally in a poof of smoke, and he's like,
fades into the
I defied your expectations because you wanted to pay for this petrol. It's like, yeah, Neil, actually, bro. Otherwise, mate, I'm a fucking drive away, right? You know? And he's like, I won't call the police on you if you take from me this golden book. And that'll happen. There's got to be a building like that out there that he's designed.
I have a damn master's degree in architecture, but I'm an attendant at a gas station.
He used the masters in architecture to make the bin room.
That's it. That's the room he fucking designed. That's what he does. He designs the detached waste storage units for buildings made by architects who aren't actual fucking aliens in meat suits. It's like, look at this beautiful skyscraper designed by not Neil Breen, and just in its shadow, there's this like little 6 foot away cinder block structure with no roof. Now that's the Neil job, and people just like roll the wheelie bins into it, and then close like a shitty little rusty gate, and just lock it, and the padlock breaks, and it's like, Neil, how does it feel, Neil?
How does it feel, Neil? Some more Neil lore. There was so when in 2010, when his first film came out and everyone got really excited about it, they were trying to dig around on the internet and try and find out more about him. And one of the first things everyone found was his business card as a realtor in Nevada. So people thought that he'd made so there was lots of stories going around that he was like a millionaire who had made a shit ton on real estate, and then he's come out publicly and said that no, that's not true. It was professional.
Oh my God! Sorry, I've just fucking found it. Real estate #1 in. I am gonna hit the fucking underlines with more kind of verve. Yeah, #1 in all of Las Vegas. Let me sell your home for you fast. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he said it. So he said in an interview that it was professionally convenient for him to get a real estate license whilst he was working on a job, and he had it for 2 years, and then it's lapsed.
Yeah,
but I absolutely love that business card. It's like the Lionel Hutz business card from from The Simpsons. Like, works on contingency? No, money down.
Hell, you know what? This is actually great. Now I know that he's a realtor, right? I'll fucking tell you what, right? I would bet my right nut, the good nut, on this, that he filmed a lot of this in other people's houses that he was trying to sell or had access to. I think that's what's been going on.
That'd be incredible. Jesus Christ.
I think that's what's happened, to be honest.
It would explain a lot, though, because in all of his later films, he does it like it's death by green screen. Green screen, if you will.
Stock footage, green screen, stock footage, crazy stuff. This film's like really light on stock footage compared to his other ones. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Have you seen Twisted Pair? The one when he? Yeah.
I have. I've seen Twisted Pair and Cade: The Tortured Crossing as well. It's not announced sequel.
The scene when he saves those troops. And there's just some stock. There's a stock fucking photo, not even stock footage, of a bunch of U.S. military personnel in global war on terror era gear, so very much tied to the time the film was made, and they're just moving through a building of some kind, and he appears from it's fine, it's okay, follow me to safety, because he's done this kind of time stop thing, and then he gets out of the building, and then it explodes anyway, right?
Yeah,
I mean, this
it's absolutely
nuts. The troops. Yeah, so
oh my God.
This is like the closest to real Kino that he does, because it's not just like an absolute avalanche of stock video slop, you know?
Mate, if you've seen Cade the Tortured Crossing,
I've seen some of Cade the Tortured
which
Crossing,
is the sequel of it. Have you seen
Yeah.
the bit where he has an animated fight with the white tiger?
It's fucking goated. It's amazing.
It's incredible. Like someone actually animated it. It's
Yeah, like-
I'm actually really surprised.
It's like we keep circling back to full motion video games, like FMV games in the 90s. It's
Yeah.
like someone from an FMV game. If you put like if you made it grainier, it would be like FMV cutscene
Yeah.
footage in like
If you
a bad like fucking Gabriel Knight knockoff or something like that.
Yeah, big shot. If you've seen the sequence in that film, there's a dance break in that film as well.
Yeah,
Like there's a musical number.
yeah.
And that, I tell you what that reminds me of, David Lynch's Inland Empire. The whole do the locomotion sequence in that.
I mean-
really weird.
The two schools have thought about this. Does he actually watch films at all, or are the only films he watches David Lynch films?
Yeah,
Maybe the thing
that'd
is, he's seen like exactly 2 films in his life, and they're both Inland Empire.
That'd be incredible, wouldn't it?
And he thinks every film is like that, but he's looked no further into like the language of filmmaking or the palette he's working with. That's a possibility. Maybe like David Lynch was like a god on his homeworld, you know, and like all the aliens, like, and they're like, ZQ5XP, you must go to the planet called Earth, where you will find David Lynch. Your identity will be Neil Breen, and this alien just like gives some like weird chittering noises. It flexes its chitin, and it steps into its
proboscis
pod.
wails.
Its proboscis just snapping at all those other lesser aliens it walks past. It climbs into the pod.
Its leathery tongue slathering of its gaping maw.
It thighs and begins to shred its chitinous carapace. And then its weird pink and yellow, strange, almost pus-like inner form climbs inside the mouth of the Neil Breen meat suit. And then
Like after he cracks his neck and
Yeah.
pulls the skin to
Yeah.
make it fit around his body,
Yeah.
he settles down for the in-flight movie, which is David Lynch's Dune from 1984.
yes. a fucking flight attendant is like a fucking flight attendant appears and they're like, Alien Overlord Master, would you like to enjoy the cinema of planet Earth? He plugs it into a little alien VCR and he puts his little headphones on.
And he sees a guild navigator which looks exactly like him on his home planet.
Yeah, and he's like, what do they know? Tell you, man, soft disclosure. If the aliens do look like guild navigators, I'm going to be like, David Lynch fucking called it.
And that's it. Neil Breen is just heavily dosed on the spice, but he's got contacts in so you can't see his eyes.
Oh my God, hell. Stop taking the spice. It's a crutch.
Straighten your life out and fold
just like-
space.
It's just like, no, Neil, I'm using it to fold space. I'm using it to travel.
The sleeper will awaken. Oh, God.
I'm pissy. The Spacers Guild is having troubles. God Emperor Shaddam is being mean to me. Again, Fade and Raban. Oh my God. Good God. Good grief, pain.
Right, Dylan and Leah meet in a park near a duck pond intentionally. Leah announces that she's already thrown her life away and has broken
Yeah.
up with Tim. Fuck Tim. And then they
Standard
Jabroni.
fucking Tim. Get out of
fucking
here.
loser behaviour.
You fucking
Get
bring
out of
that
here.
trash. You
Suck.
fucking bring that trash on the head of neurology? No, fuck off.
You think you're getting there's another hot doctor Tim?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You
That was a
cannot have
Love is
this, my
Blind
friend.
season 10 reference I just made.
Yeah. I say, I'm sorry, Tim. I'm going to have a career-damaging affair with a guy whose brain damage I almost tried to heal before fucking space god Mist Black Rock fixed it for him. You know?
Yeah. They go to the same woodland they were at, probably shot on the same day as the first sequence, right? On the prologue. So they go to the same place. They go to, and this is like, you gotta remember, this is like 30 years later. They go to the same mushroom. They go to the tree. They start making out. Neil takes his top off. Leah takes her top off. There's a mirror of the exact same shots they had earlier on when he was doing it with Melania. So like the tops fall on the floor by their feet. They kiss a little bit, and it's a magical day.
It's all very redolent of Alan Partridge using the phrase "cuddle with tops off." Cuddle with tops
Would
off.
like me to lap dance for you? My My Peephole Pringle is based on an SAS balaclava.
Actually, Melania's a little bit like his girlfriend in what is like the second season or the third season.
Yeah.
Alan, I got your face put on scatter cushion. I call it scatter cushion.
You are not Bono. You are rubbish.
Got access to the kids, but they don't want to see me.
Anyway, Melania's dead.
Yeah.
So intercut with that, she committed suicide by overdosing on some pills. And there's this whole continuity weird thing where like he finds the body and the wine glass is spilt, but the wine glass is up again and the wine glass has got wine in it again, and it's just a fucking mess.
Well, I mean, he has a few drinks, man. You know, he's been through a lot. I mean, and fucking to put yourself in like Neil Breen's obviously misogyny K-hole that he writes these from, it's like, oh, well, finally she's not talking. I'll have a glass of wine with her. You know, it's like horrible.
The other fucked up thing is that we go back into the pocket dimension and we see the woman who is bodying for Leia again. I think it might be the exact same shot. Then anyway, he wastes no time moving Leia into his house.
Yeah. He's such a fucking moid, I tell you what, you know?
There's a weird bit where he's eating a bowl of raw spinach with a fork in his office, and Leia walks into the office and he spills the bowl of spinach and they both laugh at it. And like, what the fuck is going on? What are we doing here, guys? Come on. We're like on the final third of the movie. What the fuck is going on here? Pick up the pace. Then he tells Leia what he's up to. So he's like, I've been hacking government and corporate secrets. I'm going to expose everything and blah, blah, blah. Leia, this is why she's the best actress in the film, I think. She looks visibly perturbed. And I think what's happening here is the actress is just letting the mask slip, and that everything else we've seen so far is her being holding it together.
Yeah.
But she's like, yeah. And then she's like, you're getting yourself killed. And I was like, Leia, you don't know this guy. Nothing's going to kill this guy. He's not of Earth. He's not a carbon. He's a silicon-based life form.
I mean, there is one thing that's going to kill him. There is an alien bounty hunter called, like, Zarthrax or something, but he's, like, 75 parsecs away at this point, bearing down on us in a hot rod-looking spaceship coming to take out the alien that holds Neil Breen's meat suit at the moment. This is a better fucking film than the film, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
This idea that there's an alien bounty hunter out there fucking bearing down on Earth to destroy Neil Breen. That's
he's like looking for Neil Breen. He's showing pictures of Neil Breen everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna call this film "Destroy Neil Breen."
They put me into him in a bar in Vegas, and like one of them's like, "My friend doesn't like you. I don't like you either."
And all of the female like waiting staff that Neil's trying to recruit for his next film go in chorus, "We don't like him either." And then fucking Wayne Newton, who's performing on the stage, goes, I also hate this man.
Next scene, Leia gets kidnapped. Just an awful take. She's just like walking into the entrance of their home. A guy tussles with her for fucking ages.
Yeah.
He's got like a hand over her mouth. At one point, she's like, no. And then she goes, what's this?
Jesus. It's like
so
I am glad that Neil Breen doesn't know how to direct an authentic looking kidnapping scene.
Yeah, good actually. It speaks well of him. It's that he at least wasn't participating in the kidnappings of these victims.
Because how horrific would it be, right, if all the film is still this just absolute dumb shit, cack-handedly made by a man who might be a good architect but is a bad filmmaker, but then there's one incredibly fucking slick kidnapping scene that's perfectly shot and perfectly executed, and it's like, Neil, where are you keeping them, Neil?
Yeah, like if like Kill Room that Skarsgård has in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah.
But like if every bit of set design in this movie was exactly as it is now, just like really shit. But then we go into like the killer's kill room and it's like perfect.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you've studied the drawings. This might be in your house already.
Yeah, this is like a write what you know moment. Sorry.
If it was good, we would have to check all houses designed by Breen for shit like secret rooms and double walls.
Totally would, wouldn't we? That's fucking crazy.
God.
I'm an architect, and the only thing I can shoot believably is kidnapping.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm sure there's a murder mystery like this where like
in like rooms covered in plastic that are all black and have no natural light.
Oh Jesus!
And then the police are like looking at the drawings of the building and they look in the room and they go, "That's weird. This bit of wall should be 3 feet further back. What's it?" And then they bust open the wall and there's bodies in it.
How is there a room with no windows? This house doesn't have a basement.
And like you've got Neil Breen, the realtor, showing you around a house designed by Neil Breen, the architect, and you're like,
Could you imagine?
Neil, why does every room in this house have no fixtures and fittings, have a tiled floor that inclines down slightly towards a trench drain, and why does it smell the way it smells? He's like, don't worry about it. I've hacked into all the government databases in the world. It's like,
you
yeah,
imagine-
for tips on how to do this.
Could you imagine Neil Breen selling you like just a normal house? And he's
God.
like, what does he say about the rooms? Like, this is the living space where the humans can gather and converse, one presumes.
Yeah. He points to the bed and
This-
goes, recharge station.
This is the kitchen where sustenance can be made.
He's like, you can do human activities like making films, betrayal, and having human sex in all
Come
of
with
this
me.
structure.
Come with me to the back garden where you may have a nice, peaceful, quiet family barbecue by the pool. Dylan immediately rescues Leah. Leah's being held in a black shipping container. Intuits it, I guess, through the power of the rock. Finds the guy who's just sitting outside the shipping container. I guess tortures him in a sort of Kiefer Sutherland in 24 style way. In that he breaks a bottle near his head. Asks for the key and the guy's like, there's no key. And he's like, fine. And he goes, and then he warps through the door into the container, and then he picks her up, makes her keep the blindfold on, and then warps her out again. And that's the end of that.
It's even weirder. I can get behind the keeping the blindfold on because he doesn't want her to know he can warp through walls.
Yeah.
But he makes her put in the gag again.
Yeah. Keep it the ball gag.
Like, okay.
That's like,
One's for your safety, one's just for fun.
yeah. It's like, oh, Neil, save me. We're not done yet.
Hey, remember Ali from earlier on? Well, cut to Dylan admonishing Ali for no reason. I think she's back in his house again, and he's like, you can't keep coming here. I know you want my Breen peen, but you can't be here.
Take your tits out somewhere else. You are much too young for this human. I mean, for me.
Yeah, and then she's like, I thought you liked it. And then she goes, but by the way, anyway, the police are at my house talking to Amy because Amy killed Jim, which is a pretty important detail. What isn't clear is whether she's told the police that, and we never see any of these people again, so it doesn't matter. So we cut to Dylan and Leah in bed. Leah is lying on the bed just like Amy was, face down, boob squished, partially shown to us, no reason. And then it cuts to a big mirror in the house that's shaking because of ethereal whooshing. Dylan senses something's up, so he creeps out of the bed backwards as if it's to try and not wake her. And then he starts driving to the desert. Really
amongst
weird
us?
move.
Who amongst us has not spider crept out of our wife's bed or girlfriend's bed backwards and then driven into the fucking desert? Who among us, fellow humans, has not done that?
Yeah, he leaves her an incredibly long voicemail where he repeats himself several times. It's like, I had to go. I'll be gone for a day. Nothing's wrong. Everything's good. Nothing's wrong. I've gone for a day. I'm going to the desert. I'll be back in a day. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. It's like, fuck me, man. He goes to the desert. He has a meeting with the book and three figures which are in black who dissolve into frame. But before they fully dissolve into frame, they already dissolve out of frame again. No words are said. Apart from Neil says to nobody, should I be afraid? Should we be afraid? And then we cut to the old lady again, and she vanishes. She's like sitting on the chair, and then she vanishes. She just all fades away. And it's like, she wasn't real either. She's like a ghost. She's a spooky ghost. And then we cut to the creepy figure that's in the house, which is, as we see the mirror shaking again, and we see like the black trousers and black shoes that we've seen a couple of times, and they're like on the lino flooring in the kitchen, and loads of blood starts like just pooling, like dripping like a big nosebleed, sort of dripping around by the feet, which is genuinely actually a little bit creepy, and genuinely does look a little bit like David Lynch. Fair enough on that one. Well played, Breen. Stop clock is right twice a day. Really creepy. And then boom, we are into like the end game. So that's all the weird setup. I don't quite understand what any of that meant. It wasn't like your standard sort of bottom of the second act, like, you know, Long Dark Night of the Soul followed by Positive Decision. It just kind of, it's just shit that happens.
Yeah.
Spooky shit that happens, and then we're at the end.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. So then we cut to 4 seasons total landscaping, where
Fuck yes.
where Dylan is holding a press conference. It's actually a green screen in front of the National Archives. Really, really, really random. I can't think of a reason why Dylan would be able to call a press conference like this.
Well, he's got a master's
already-
degree and he's written novels, man. It's like
Yeah, so
All
he's,
he-
he's
all
already-
he-
Actually, he's called the press conference by hacking into government systems.
there you
so
go.
he's
There you go.
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say he's like severed contacts with his agent. He's written one novel. Can you imagine if like a person who's written one novel? Like imagine if like Mick Herron had written like the first Little Horses book, and then was like, right, in front of the Houses of Parliament, I need to call a press conference because I've got secrets about everybody.
But literally everyone, yeah.
It's like
Holy
my
crap.
dad calling a press conference in front of the German parliament.
It's also brilliant because like all the people he names and shames in his tirade also turn up and stand together like in a nice little like delegation as well. Like they're proud to be there.
Yeah.
Like we're opening a fucking Lidl or something.
It's like
It's like the bullies being called into the headmaster's office.
he just summoned them for a struggle session, basically.
Yeah, basically. He does a really long speech. It sucks. I haven't leave it down. But his speech
That
sucks.
sucks! Is that it?
It also possibly has the worst green screen in the entire film.
Oh yeah, big time. It's a chilling taste of things to come from Neil Breen because like that quality of green screen will be in pretty much every shot of
Green
every film after this. Green screen. You're watching in Breenovision.
He's just so good. We should start calling him Real Breen.
I love it.
Real Breen. He's a Breenius. So fuck me, man. So he does this in later movies as well. So he does a thing where he's like giving a speech, and then it'll cut away to like So on this one, it just cuts to like the microphones and cameras, stock footage thereof, totally static, no people, but you hear like the sort of fucking Microsoft PowerPoint fucking sound effect for applause, like. And he's like, I've uncovered corruption, international and national corruption, darkest secrets of greed and businesses, blah blah blah. And I've got factual information and all the supporting documentations. And then it cuts to the delegation. The first person we see is a CEO of some unnamed company who says that my company was all about greed and profit and screwing the customer. I'm afraid of prison. So then he gets a gun and shoots himself in the temple. Following, this turns out to be a pattern. The next person is a senator who says, I was supposed to support the wishes of my electorate, or something like that. Probably doesn't say it as well as that. But instead, I kowtowed to business and corruption and blah, 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 blah. None of it's well defined at all. We see him hang himself. So we see him like picking up a noose that he found on the floor. and then we see like the feet dangle shot, which is mental. Meanwhile, Breen's still going on with his speech. Then we get, the MVP of the movie maybe. We get the president of the bank.
Yeah.
Says again, I prioritize profits and screwing over the customer. And then he pulls out a tiny little gun and like shoots across his jaw.
Yeah.
So he's probably just really badly maimed himself. Really, really bad. I don't see any fallout from that though. Then we get to a congresswoman who gasses herself in her garage in her car. And then we cut to an insurance guy who says like, what does he say? He says, me and other insurance companies. So he's made it sound like he's an insurance company, which is just bad grammar. Pardon me.
I am the
Pardon me.
company.
I am the company. He also sits in his car, but he doesn't gas himself in his car. He overdoses on pills in his car, which is really weird. Then we get a Wall Street broker who sits in his bath, fully clothed, with no water in it, and slashes his wrists. And then finally, someone's like, we got to take out this Dylan guy. He's killing all of our important people. So we see like a clip art of a crosshair over Dylan's head. And then mysteriously the gunman, who is in a grassy knoll, just suddenly dies.
Fucking dies.
we don't know what from. And it's never explained. And that ends the climax of the movie. And we have one final epilogue, which is an adult Dylan and Leah once again returning to the field they were in earlier when they had their magical day, and they were walking hand in hand through the grass. And then it ends, proving at least one thing, that the opening and closing shots of this movie are in conversation with each other, like they should be in a good screenplay. Can't argue with that. But fuck me, guys. Anything to say about that ending sequence? That was wild.
Once again, apart from the green screen of him standing in front of public building, worst gunshots I've ever heard in a film. What did he do? Pop a balloon?
So fucking bad.
Yeah, really bad.
It's horrible.
It's
and
terrible.
then just The edited, no, just no. The guy popping pills in his car was probably the most believable.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would have been if
was
he'd...
vaguely comical, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah.
The bank president appears to shoot himself with the same gun that's used to kill Jim, which I'll come to later in the very, very brief weapons handling section. I'll do in the categories.
Wow.
But yeah, as Emma said to me, I'm such a fucking terminal wife guy. Hey guys, marriage is awesome. I'm punching above my weight. Anyway, so she said, do you think he was trying to warn us about Epstein? I think he was.
I think he would have been more explicit if he was. I don't think he's got subtlety in him. I think what's happened here is...
Yeah, he would have gone, there are pedophiles on the island, I am hacking them.
I can't have sex with you. I'm hacking into the island.
Yeah. He would have gone to the island. In the
Yeah,
movie.
just like fucking
It would have been
green
like-
screened him, sneaking around that little temple dressed like a budget version of fucking Sam Fisher with like nods and that fucked up rifle as well. I'll talk about later.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you think of like Cade, the Tortured Crossing, when he like rescues all those mental patients from a coach. From a coach crash, and then takes him to his like giant castle from Beauty and the Beast that he owns and lives in.
He's got this ridiculous fucking clock tower dream house somewhere. It's mental.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think that the man's imagination even works like other humans' imaginations. The way he writes stuff, it's just wild. I don't know, man. He's taking all the boxes for Alien. He really is. He's taking all the alien behavior boxes. Before
we take a break into categories, should we? I want to get like a review from each of you about what you genuinely in your heart of hearts really think about this film.
Yeah.
I want a moment of sincerity, please.
Want me to take points, Sanya?
Remember how we had 3 categories at the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
People who like this film, people who don't like this film, people who don't know this film.
Yeah.
I have, within the last 3 days, turned from number 3 to number 2.
Like the movie.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Sanya vehemently hates the film. Rory.
This film is really bad. Like,
I don't know why I laughed at that. Like, I was not expecting to hear. Oh god.
there is not a single line of there is not a single line of dialogue in this film that works at all or sounds like it was even written by someone who was born on this planet. It's so bad. In The Room, there's a line when someone says, "Are you running beta breakers this year?" And that's a normal human line of dialogue that explains a joint interest between 2 of the major characters, places it in a place, it links it to a geographical place, which is San Francisco, to a real event, which is the Beta Breakers half marathon or full marathon.
I think it might be both.
Yeah, and to a time as well, to like kind of period in the year before Beta Breakers has happened. The Room's a really fucking bad film, but there's dialogue in it.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. I just Googled it and found out that apparently the Oh Hi Mark meme is from The Room.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow. Mate, you have to watch that film.
Oh, we'll have to watch that film. You know what, man? The next time we're all in the same country together, we need to watch The Room. Have a few cans and just watch some real Breenius going on. But yes, in the words of Mike, back to the movie. Yeah, this film fucking sucks, man. It's really bad. The story is nonsensical. To give the actors in the film the due, quite a few of them have done like a bit of work before and after the film. And I do think that maybe their acting was probably hampered by the fact Neil's probably in the corner, waving at them, telling them to shout louder.
Yeah.
It is execrable dog shit. It is not absolute cinema. I forgot how bad this film was. And yeah, and I don't want to see Neil Breen's ass ever again. At least get a suntan and do some squats too, like fucking Hank Hill. And Hank Hill's a fucking hand-drawn character. Right. Stop it.
I think it's important, when you brought up The Room there, I think it's important to note that Tommy Wiseau is sincerely interested in the craft of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And he met Greg Sestero, who played Mark, while we were working together in an acting class.
Yeah.
Like, he might not be very good, but he actually made an effort to try and learn how to do his craft and actually cared about it. So you got to give him a bit of credit, actually.
Yeah.
Whereas Neil Breen is worn it almost as a badge of pride in interviews I've read about him, that he's not formally trained and has made no effort to learn.
Yeah.
Just cuts his own.
Which shows.
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau understands the filmmaker's toolkit, you know? to a greater or lesser extent, you understand, the toolkit with which filmmakers work. Neil Breen doesn't own that toolkit. Neil Breen has nothing but whatever trappings he brought from his alien world, you know?
Yeah.
So the film sucks. It's. I think this is the worst film that we've ever covered on this show.
Unless we cover another Neil Breen film, I think this will be the worst one we ever cover on this show.
Please no.
Please no was that, because I was thinking maybe at some point we could do Double Down, the one with like fucking bioterrorism and stuff, and
Oh, we can't do right. So there's an argument online that this is a remake of Double Down. Like that he's taken a lot of the same plot beats and went, you know what? I didn't really like. Maybe he doesn't hold that one as one of his like preferred ones. So he's like, I'll just do all that again. So I'll do the guy who hacks. Because in Double Down, he's like a similar sort of thing, isn't he? He's a rogue CIA agent, but he's also like a genius hacker who's got like bombs rigged to blow everywhere unless he logs into them every 12 hours to say don't blow up. Yeah. And shit like that. And then he's driving around the desert all the time. He's constantly climbing up hills. Yeah. He's eating like can after can after can of tuna.
Yeah. You see, that's what. Yeah. See, you see, we should have done it for this charity episode for Trash Cat Rescue, actually, because of course cats do be eating tuna. Am I right?
Cats do be eating tuna.
These human feline animals that the humans are so fond of, they do eat the tuna meat. You know, fucking alien ass dude. Jesus. Brilliant. So yeah, film sucks. It sucks.
Sucks balls. I hate the people I wrote it with. Right, shall we do some categories?
I have a damn master's degree in computer science, and I turn out to be a writer of novels.
Welcome back, ready to do some categories, but first, just another word about our cause this week for this bonus episode. So we are taking part in Podcasthon, which is to raise awareness for various charities around the world and a coordinated podcasting effort. In this case, we're doing Trash Cat Rescue, who we're supporting, which is a cat rehoming and adoption centre in Pittsburgh, PA. I want to say a little word now to encourage to have a look at their website and maybe like throw them a couple of quid if you want to. They've got many ways to donate. Every dollar counts and helps them save more lives of kitty cats. So whether you'd like to support them by sending funds towards their cats' never-ending medical needs, or sponsoring an adoption or a donation, or by covering a TNR surgery, they seriously appreciate you. They have a link here for Venmo, PenPal, Shelter Love Stacks, an Amazon wishlist, a Chewy wishlist, and something called Tiltify. Don't know what the latter bunch of those actually are, but if you go on them and have a look, I'm sure the cats would love it. And as we've said on this pod, we are all cat dads. I have two beautiful little baby boys called Laszlo and Oliver, and they just bring my days with joy and frustration in equal measure. Yeah. Love those guys, little assholes.
Yeah. So we'd love it if you throw a bit of love their way. Also, I'm hearing it on good authority that Neil Breen fucking hates cats, and so if you want to really upset Neil Breen, give some money to Trash Cat Rescue. I actually don't know if Neil Breen hates cats or not, by the way. He might like them. It might kind of redeem him a little bit, but then again.
He does have a sequence somewhere where he does fight an animated tiger, so...
That is true.
But the tiger who turns into a woman.
With Neil Breen, everything comes back to weird sexual stuff, doesn't it?
Does the tiger have side boob?
It's got like 9 side boobs, probably. Jesus.
I had a quick look, and I had a quick look on Neil Breen on Reddit, and there's a post here by someone called Auteur Apocalypse from 7 years ago, asking, what is the meaning behind the 3 cat statuettes on the bad guys table in Twisted Pair? They rotate on their own several times, and sometimes are facing different directions. Can any of us ever truly grasp its meaning? Are we just lowly worms crawling in our filth compared to Neil Breen? You absolute fool! How would you not grasp the meaning of this? He loves cats, you idiots. Whoosh. And then
so I guess he
it's
does
a
love
metaphor.
Cats.
Perhaps he will explain more when Cade returns in his alleged next movie, which I don't think he did in Cade, the Tortured Crossing. Anyway, there we go. No definitive proof of any connection between cats and Neil Breen.
Yeah. So I guess we are going to go in the first of the categories, which is casting this time. This one has no cast. No, so the casting chat about this film is interesting because quite a few of the actors in this film have actually done more than just this one movie. In this film, you're either Neil Breen, you're a bit part player who's done this film once, so you've actually got a few films under your belt. I'm very interested in the work of Victoria Viveros, also known as Victoria Cameron, who, of course, played the incredibly pissy and back-painy best friend of Melania, whose name I have just forgotten. I'm so sorry.
Amy.
So yeah, Amy, brilliant, fantastic work. Victoria Viveros / Victoria Cameron has been in a fucking ton of films, and I believe, let me just double check something. Yes, so...
Still working.
Yeah, she is still working. Entertainment bartender at Coyote Ugly, Las Vegas. Las Vegas magazine in 2017 ran an article on her, including her trademark cocktail. If it wasn't a work night, I would have made one by now and necked it to get through talking about this bullshit film. In 2017, she celebrated her 14th anniversary with Coyote Ugly. So there is a non-zero chance that she may have been recruited there by Neil Breen on a bit of a run ashore from his alien warship, I guess. She has done a bunch of films, though. She's done a load of stuff that I've not heard of, because no one's heard of the shit she does. No one's heard of the shit any of these people do, really. She's been in a bunch of short films, let's have a look. She's been in a bunch of shorts. She was in a film called Paranoia Tapes with a 2.5 rating on IMDb. Bearing in mind Fateful Findings has like a 4.2 star rating, so Jesus. And she is still sort of working. Her most recent film was a movie called Catalyst, in which she played a character named Mrs. Appleton. Also, she was in a film called The Haunting at Death Valley Junction, playing someone called Cassandra, 2.7 stars. And the poster for this is actually fucking brilliant. I love this. If I could screen share, I would, but it's not MS Teams, so I can't. But Mike, I will suggest you fucking post this thing on our video, because this is brilliant. This is so bad.
Awesome. Yeah. I just found out that she is the owner and operator of something called the Balance Movement Center, a dance school.
Wow, I mean that explains the Coyote Ugly kind of connection. Her drink is called the Quasi Coyote Cooler, and it's mixed with Absolute Raspberry Vodka, Vinic Original Liqueur, pineapple and cranberry juices, and a splash of 7-Up. That actually looks fucking nice. So, Victoria Viveros, we salute you, and we hope your back is doing better. Clara Landrat, who played Emily, she's done, again, quite a few films. She has done a bunch of shorts as well. Her first appearance was in Zoolander as a model. An uncredited appearance in 2001. She was also in a couple of movies afterwards. Her most recent one was a TV series called Late Night Stories 2. She was in a film called Indigo. Loads of stuff I haven't seen. But yeah, her first appearance, most importantly, was in Zoolander. Wow. So she's probably been like the highest placed member of this cast.
I was really expecting her to like rock up in like the Netflix Witcher series or something.
Yeah, that kind of energy. Jennifer Autry, who played Leah, she was in an episode of Angel. That was her first appearance, actually.
Do you know how I know that? Because her picture on IMDb is her stood next to David Boreanaz.
Yeah, it's wild, right? Like, it's like an absolute, like, fucking fan at a convention kind of photo. But she was actually in Angel. That was her first appearance, playing Lornette number 2 in an episode. She was then in a film called Trans-American Killer in 2005. And then, fucking hell, 7 years later, she comes in swinging for the fences with Fateful Findings. She's in a film called After Romeo and Juliet. She plays a news anchor in Dragon Day the next year in 2013. And then Dunzo. She is out of the business.
She's the top billed actress in After Romeo and Juliet. And the synopsis for it is, when a modern day Juliet is found dead and her lover Romeo is missing, an investigation begins while feuding families have their own agenda.
Theme tune of Bosch just popped out of my head there. Anyway.
I'm feeling it, I can't let go. Yeah.
Copyright strike. Danielle Andrade, who played Ali, the young girl who's addicted to getting into people's pools and exposing herself, she's done quite a lot. She's got 26 acting credits. She was in Good Luck Charlie on the Disney Channel. Her first ever role was in the film Highway, playing a character called Little Girl Pool Cass. Jesus Christ. She played a cheerleader in Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas, a TV movie for the Disney Channel.
She's been on the Goldbergs.
Yeah. TV series is like the Goldbergs, obviously. She was in Awkward, kicking it. She's done like a fair amount of just like she's this film's that gal. She was in a fucking 6ix9ine video, you know? That's 6ix9ine, Sanya. That's not 6 and the other number.
Hey, can I just say something?
When
right
I
now?
was young, 69 was the funny.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know what 6'7" is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
So I don't think anyone knows really. It's sort of Dadaism, but for teens.
Yeah.
Oh, like YouTube poop. We had that.
Yeah.
We had that.
So there's this obsession
I
with
think
like
it's-
this whole.
On the same level as just saying skibidi toilet. It just doesn't make sense, but it's like...
It is completely brain rotted. Meg, I will send you a link to a video of an American newsreader doing a piece to camera with a large amount of grown adult men standing behind her, screaming 6'7" at the camera, to the extent that I think one of them ends up lying on the deck, fucking almost passed out with the intensity of the screaming of 6'7", and she shows absolute composure. It's fucking really irritating. I was at the shops, I was at the shops around Christmas time, and there was like a fucking, some kind of Christmassy, it was like a fake snowman or something, or a Christmas tree, I forget now. And this like lady about my age with her 3 kids, and she gets the kids in front of it because they want a photo, and she gets her camera with her phone, and the kid's like 6'7", and she just goes, "Oh, stop it with this 6'7" stuff, man, I'm tired." And that's like, on behalf of everyone, stop it with this 6'7" stuff, man.
I've heard
I'm
the
tired.
solution is yelling 9/11 and taking their legs out.
Incredible flex.
Those kids don't care about it. They weren't alive.
Yeah, they weren't alive. They probably think it's all made up. Jamie Reborn, what a fucking cool name, who played the insurance broker, the insurance president,
Oh, yeah.
has been making a small amount of films as an actor. 2 upcoming ones in the work. She's gonna be in Highlander Apocryphal. That's not the new Highlander. Right?
She's a producer.
Oh.
Of a watcher, a hunter, a sandman, and a ghostwriter form an uneasy alliance and secretly meet with a computer science professor in the hopes of convincing him to voluntarily abandon his research into the existence of immortals.
She's the director, she's the writer, she's starring in it. This is fucking brilliant. She's basically making copyright infringement the movie.
She's becoming her own Breen.
That's amazing. Yes. She's like, I am summoning a cease and desist order from the people producing the new Highlander film. I am doing it. I am going to get cease and desisted so hard they're going to send Henry Cavill round to
Does he
skull
not
fuck
know
me.
that there can be only one?
There can be
Highlander
only
franchise?
one. Jesus, this is fucking wild, right?
This is writing, this is fire.
Chat, is this real?
Quotes. IMDb has many quotes on its quote page. Who could forget? I resigned today as president of the bank. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, they're all just the bad dialogue. I want you to try this new wine. I'd love to try your wine. Nah, this all sucks. It's all
None
bad.
of it's good. Like I said, there's no bars in this film. There's no line that's really good. There's nothing that stands out.
I'll tell you what is
Even
good.
yeah.
Sorry, there's one here, and it has the stage direction on it as well. So it says, to Leah, who was at least 20 years younger than him, Dylan, I knew I loved you when I was 8 years old.
Jesus. Oh my God. Fuck, I've just seen that one.
Ugh.
Vanya, did any quotes in this film stick with you? Were there any bars you detected? Was there any writing that was fire?
Does your job suck, and do you hate the people you work with?
Prefer not to say.
Yeah, take the fifth on that
Is there
one, mate.
Pill taking for pain relief, go and have control.
It's a crutch!
Get off the pills, straighten out your life.
Is someone in my life busy and has back pain?
I need you to go away now.
I'm sorry for pushing you away, but I have to keep hacking into these government systems. Hacking into the government systems, but all the time it's just me trying to open Microsoft Teams to see what my CEO wants.
Oh, my bit I like is just, I really love Tim in this line, I'll go get us a drink to celebrate.
Oh.
And you know, Tim's just getting the cook chair prepared in his mind, right? He's like, I'm going to sit right there and I'm going to watch it happen. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, I'm going to watch my fiance get plowed by this much older man. who yet doesn't have like a kind of like swagger and charisma of an older man in this kind of like May to December relationship. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't have this kind of like the swagger of like a desirable older dude.
Yeah, he's not like,
he's-
Dermot Mulroney in New Girl with a young Zooey Deschanel, is he?
No, exactly not. Like he's a useless individual, Neil Breen. You know who he reminds us of? You know, in BoJack Horseman, that frog guy who runs the talent agency, and his shitty son, his shitty nepo son gets the job, and he keeps picking stuff up with his sticky hands that Doctor gets. Oh my God,
this?
my God, oh my God!
And
then he's like that.
Yeah.
And it's just useless vibe he
No
has.
discernible
It's totally
skills.
no discernible skills, just presence. And I don't mean stage presence. I mean he's just there.
He's not a man
He's
you want
just
in your corner
present.
in a fight or a conflict, is he?
No, he's not. He's
I don't
fucking
want that
useless.
guy
but-
that was hates to
yeah.
glance across my foxhole and see Neil Breen in there. Unless he was going to go Klaatu Aeronictu and get a giant robot to kill everything for me. Unless
You look at Neil Breen and his eyes just flash. And he becomes like 5 people and he commands the Breen squad to go out there. But then some random guy with a fucking a douchegard just fucking turns them all into pink mist.
But he's like, what's that character in Invincible? Where like they could just do like endless clones of themselves, and as long as one of them's still alive, they'll never die.
God.
Oh,
But then
wow.
all of them would get wiped out. The Ding Chavez Memorial Award for most missed opportunity of the film. Oh,
Having an actual script.
bars. Okay, bang. Mike, anything to pick up on that one?
Jesus Christ! I mean, like, yeah, what's the missed opportunity here? You had the opportunity not to make the film.
Yeah. You had the opportunity to build a house instead, and yet it chose to
Next
make this.
take.
Yeah, it chose to make this fucking film.
Yeah, he could have given that money away to Trash Cat's cat rescue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but instead made
Exactly.
a terrible film.
Which is what everyone should do. They should give money to kittens because cats are good and perfect. My missed opportunity is when Leah gets out the notepad and it hasn't had loads of other shit written on the page over the fucking interspersing years. I would love it if he looks at the page and it's got, "It's been a magical day." And then it's just got like random notes and like someone's number and it's crossed out and like she's been trying to like, draw that cool S that you used to draw when you were in school. And then like just draw like a face or whatever. And yeah, that would be funny. And
Yeah,
what if
alright,
again,
so-
I would have showed the passage of time and this film doesn't fucking
That's
show
it,
the
right?
passage of time.
So like 30 years have probably elapsed, right? The film came out in 2013, so we can probably surmise that 1983 is when this is meant to have taken place. Okay, so like think of all the stuff you could have drawn in that gap between those. Fido
Yeah.
Dido.
Dido, oh my God. Cool spot.
Cool spot. You know,
The 7-Up logo in general, he flicks through it and it's just like the evolution of the 7-Up logo, like a fucking, like...
I Heart Marky
tab
Mark
clear. I Heart Marky Mark. Jesus.
and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah. And then like just, oh my God. Just like, stop Coney. The
Like she's
last
still running
page is
it.
just...
Like she's still using it.
Yeah, like the last page is just hashtag stop Coney.
You know what I don't understand? Speaking of missed opportunities, his writing, his acting, his casting, his plot line, and all the same with his other films show that he clearly has no shame.
That's a good point, actually.
So why the fuck is the outside scene of him standing in front of generic public building green screen?
Yeah.
Why did he not find some town hall and take 10 minutes out of his day to just stand there?
Yeah. Why did it have to be the
what-
National
what-
Archive?
I
It's
mean,
America, mate.
nothing-
Someone might vote
nothing
for him
does-
if he does that.
Yeah.
He fucking just stands in front of like some local town hall and starts popping off about conspiracy theories. Next thing he goes, got like a massive following on social media, and like people are like, "Yup, I believe this now. I fucking believe this now."
Oh my god, guys, have you heard about Breengate?
Breengate.
Could you imagine it? Like, he would be running on a platform of like Drain the Swamp, wouldn't he?
It is so
I mean, he
corrupt.
already is married to Melania.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Jesus.
he's married to the ghost of her now, you know.
Yeah.
Another missed opportunity, as we've said, just to show us fucking anything that's going on. It's an erotic drama that lacks eroticism. It's a thriller that lacks thrills. It's a conspiracy theory film which doesn't actually show you anything at all of the conspiracy that's happening. No one fucking knows anything about anything. It's like a bunch of people stuck in a room who've been given ketamine and acid and they're told to make up a story. Except that would be funny.
That was bars. That I love that, Rory. That was really.
Was it bars?
Totally.
Was
agree
it
with
bars?
It. Absolutely
Thank
bars,
you.
mate. Loved it. Really, really good
Thank
point.
you.
Mate. Absolutely adored that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
good rant. I really like that. Absolutely
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
It's crazy.
rubbing salt into the wound. The hardback book that he's got in his office like 10 times over is Bob Woodward's The Wall Within. Like, so he knows investigative journalism exists. You know what they say? Tell, don't show.
You know what?
Like-
Missed opportunity at the end. Instead of just walking away into the pastures with a lighting effect going on, they could have walked through the entrance to the Hollow Earth. They should have just
Fallen off
fucked
the edge of the flat Earth.
fucked off to Agatha.
Like
I love
the
this.
like the little old lady comes back and says, "By the way, Neil, the stars in the sky are a projection. Bye.
I'm going now. Bye.
Birds are all AI drones. Bye.
I mean, as we say, this is not a conspiracy theory podcast.
The royal family are lizards. Bye."
Bye. Gotta go now. But it's like, yeah.
You know what I would watch? Or would listen to a Werner Herzog commentary on Neil Breen.
Jesus Christ. He's like that penguin that's marching off to die.
Yeah. Even if we explained to him how movie making works, and even if we gave him a script, he would go right back to making horrible documentaries himself with a budget of 350.
Oh.
But one question remains. But why?
I want to see a fucking Slavoj Zizek react to this film video. It's like, ideology.
Werner Herzog remake of this, but Neil Breen is played by, what's the guy from Fitzcarraldo called again?
Oh, God.
Not Werner Herzog.
Oh, God.
The
Gary's
angry
gonna
German
fucking kill me.
cunt.
Klaus Kinski.
Yes.
That's it, yeah.
Klaus Kinski. Yeah. That'd be brilliant, actually.
Great reference, by the way.
That would actually fucking rule.
I cannot do this, you fucking shit.
Oh my God, can you fucking imagine now?
I really don't understand the question.
So many missed opportunities. Would this film be better if Columbo was in it? Would this film be better if we had scraggly Peter Falk playing a character in it? Who would he play? Would he replace someone? Would he have a new role? Let's Falkerize this thing. Let's save this fucking movie with a goddamn injection of Columbo.
Would this film be better if it had a real actor in it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it would.
obviously.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually, I think this is the first film where I have to say I can't see it because it would be doing him a disservice.
Yeah, obviously, it would be really bad for Peter Falk, but it's a payday. You know?
Like his charm is that he's a little awkward and a little bit weird in his role, and that doesn't work here because obviously Neil Breen has hoarded all the awkwardness he could find and kept it for himself.
you're spot on. Peter Falk, who is cool for certain reasons that don't make him a stereotypically cool dude, would simply, pardon my use of language, mog everybody in this film. Peter Falk would be the coolest dude in this entire film. He would tie up the loose ends that is Jim's murder within moments by walking in and saying, "Yep, she killed him," and then proceed to just be cooler than everyone else. It would sadly ruin the film a bit. Not that you can ruin something that's ruined, but it would make the film even more incomprehensible, and it would all feel bad for Peter Falk having to do this shit.
What if Peter Falk played Dylan? What if Peter Falk was Dylan instead of Neil Breen? Like, Neil Breen wasn't in the movie, and it was just Peter Falk, and he got run over, and he went home naked, and he like, I'm hacking in all these government systems to see what I can find out about all this national and international corruption that's going on.
That's actually cool. But can his multiple girlfriends be like age appropriate, please?
Yeah, sure. There's the dog. And there's the beagle as well.
Yes, fucking amazing. And when he discharges himself from the hospital, he's just wearing his fucking dirty overcoat from Columbo as Dirty Mac. Yes.
He lost an eye in the crash.
Yes, I was lying in the crash. That's amazing. You see, there we go. We've actually saved the film, guys. We did it. We did it, Patrick. We saved the city. I've got a really, really quick one on the weapon handling and use of weapons in this film. This is very brief. This is not an especially gun-heavy film. The pistol that is used to kill Jim is a Kel-Tec PF9, a little cheap and cheerful 9mm pistol, which I'm jealous of because one of them is handled roughly by Helen Mirren in the film Red. I actually got wife clearance to make that bawdy joke, by the way. I was like, Emma, can I make a horny joke about Helen Mirren? Yeah. The bizarre cursed rifle that looks really weird is a SIG 5.56. It looks weird as fuck because you notice its front iron sight, its front foresight is under the barrel. Because for whatever insane reason, the armourer, let's face it, it's Neil Breen, has loosened the handguard and turned it round so that the foresight is pointing downwards, because obviously there's an optic on it, right? So he's like, oh, well, it's a fuck you. So yeah, probably an airsoft model. The Kel-Tec pistol does look real. It doesn't have the belt clip that it's shipped with attached to it, so it was like designed for under the waistband concealed carry. There you go. That's the entirety of the gun usage in that film covered.
Wow.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you. I've got a surprise one for you. I've got a surprise round. This one is called Clear and Present Breeniverse. We have to take a character from this film and put them into any one of the films that we've covered on this podcast. How would it work, and who we're going to put and which one?
That's a good question. I like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry for blindsiding you, but
okay, right. I'm gonna bring up the list of films that we've covered so far, just so I've got it to hand.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. First of all, we're gonna pick a character from the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
The guy that I see the most utility for is Jim. Right. Jim is my
Yeah.
guy. Okay. He's hard drinking. He's fun loving. He knows his way around the wing mirror of a Ferrari. He wants sex, but he's not getting sex. So he's got an inbuilt bit of conflict already there. Good.
Everybody in the story wants something, even if it's a glass of water, and he wants the fuck.
He wants to fuck. He's sure you can't help you to a little drink. The movie that I think he's going to sit in pretty well. You know what? Fuck it. Smoking Aces. Why not? That movie's got too many people already anyway.
Yeah.
Just add him to that gang with like Chris Pine and stuff. Just have him dressed up in leathers and just drinking and being an idiot.
He's the fourth drummer's brother.
He's the fourth drummer's brother. Yeah, there you go.
Fucking incredible. Incredible. I love it. I would very much like to put Amy into Meteor.
Go on, tell me how you're going to do that. Oh, brilliant. I was hoping you were going to say it.
So, Amy is a US Air Force servicewoman who's at that really cool underground fucking Allied command base they've got under New York. And you know the bit when like the commander just has his crash out and he started kicking off and he has his mantrum and like storms out. Well, she's there and she's like, I too am really pissy. My back is killing me. And Sean Connery's like, beautiful.
Shift target. Right.
They come out the side. And just like that, he stops working on stopping the meteor because he's like, I can fix that back.
He goes to that little room where he reads all his research, but instead of Natalie Wood on the little bed there, it's her lying frunched down on the bed with a little side boob out.
That's not just side boob, that's 1970s side boob.
Woof. Took that into a steamy direction, Roy.
Sean Connery.
Yeah, giving her a reason for back pain.
Any more?
Well, I feel like we've had this earlier, but I feel like Neil Breen would have been a great addition to War of the Worlds.
Oh yes,
that War of the Worlds.
Yes, that War. Not the Tom Cruise or any of the other
you.
adaptations. The Ice Cube one.
Yes.
Or imagine Neil Breen as Jack Ryan in Hunt for Red October.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes.
He fucking brings his little laptop.
But imagine him. He's just sitting in the office in the presidential briefing. Like, he cannot be doing this. He can't be doing this. He isn't launching ICBMs on the nuclear states, on the United States. He isn't doing this. No, he is defecting.
He's going to Crazy Ivan to port. He's going to Crazy Ivan to the port. He turns port on his second Crazy Ivan. He does this. He Crazy Ivans to the other side.
Wow. I can see him being in the War of the Worlds more readily. I can see him like, I'm hacking into all these Predator drones systems just to see what I can find out.
And then he just fucking right clicks and like hijack drone.
Yeah, hijack drone, yeah.
Commandeer drone. You could actually spin things up a bit by having him as an antagonist. And he's like hacking against Ice Cube.
God, yeah.
So it's him and Ice Cube in a hacker battle. And Ice Cube is like on MS Teams and like doing all like the right clicking comedy drone thing. And he's just using like he's used like 5 networked Windows XP fucking laptops that all have like slightly broken sticky keyboards where the coffee is spilled on them. He's just like hammering the keys and he's like, I'm hacking for the aliens because I am one of them. The fucking Amazon drone delivery driver who saves the day also saves the day in this film by just exploding Neil Breen's head with like the rotor of his Amazon quadcopter.
A bit of wish fulfillment going on there.
Wish fulfillment massively. So there we go. I think we're all been waiting for the reviews of other people, the notes from the peanut gallery.
Jesus Christ, yeah, let's do it.
Let's fucking do this. 4 stars. Sorry, 5 stars. Fake news. Neil Breen loves smashing his old laptop and getting his nipples out. 1 star from someone named Phoebe. Can't help you out with this one, Jim. Someone called Anna Imhoff says, at least he's doing something with his life. No stars. 1/2 star from someone called Joel Haver. This is dog shit.
I know Joel Haver. He makes he makes short films, animated films on YouTube. He did an incredibly hilarious one about the DK rap as Lanky Kong. Lanky Kong listens to the DK rap for the first time.
Yes!
Incredible! And he makes his own films. He's actually really talented. He's a better filmmaker than Neil Breen. Yeah.
Let's get him on the show.
I would love that very much.
1 star from someone called Vinny Vinesauce. Hate this movie. I show all my friends. 1/2 star from someone called Matt. This probably would have been a bit better if it's straight up porn instead, just because of the porn level of acting. Lamau, crying emoji. # Neil Breen for president. 5 stars from Josh with 3 H's. Easily the most magnificent thing I've ever witnessed. 3 stars from Arjun Rajput. If Tarkovsky's Solaris was like the Soviet answer to Kubrick's 2001, then Neil Breen's Fateful Findings is the American answer to Solaris. Fuck me, man. 1/2 star from Evil Bjork. Gone Girl vibes. Let's meditate on Evil Bjork for a second. I love that.
I love that.
It's like, hi, I'm Bjork, but evil.
Her picture is just Bjork as well. That's so good. And the top 4 are just 4 black and white photos with no 2 titles attached. Who the fuck are they?
That's why I fucking love Letterboxd, dude.
Oh god. The recent activity is fantastic as well. Oh my god. An animated film called Feels Good, man.
1 star from someone named Aziz. If Birdman, The Elephant Man, Mulholland Drive, The Room, Breaking Bad, Before Midnight, The Virgin Suicides, Terrence Malick, Zack Snyder, Neil Breen's Dead Neighbour, Rick Harrison, politicians, Russian accents, and the YouTube ads had an ugly, white, suicidal, government-hacking, list-making, America-loving, pacifism-hating baby.
That's accurate.
Real son of a thousand maniacs shit going on there, lads. Those laptops were going through it. 1/2 star, this film would have won Best Picture if it wasn't the target of a government cover-up. That sounds like fake news to me, but 2 stars from NEGLIFY19. This was the first Breen film I watched sober, and I regret that. I'm certain now Breen is responsible for 9/11, which changed everything. Cloud.png is not the hero we needed, but the one we deserve. 5-star review from Bill Griff. David Lynch, ? Quaking, says Julia with a 5-star review. David Lynch, God bless him.
I just saw that's just been liked, no stars. I still haven't seen Bicycle Thieves, but I've watched this 3 times.
Oh Jesus, oh my god. Yeah, the pain I'm going through is there's so many good fucking films to watch, and I've watched this execrable bollocks. 1/2 star, profound, all caps, no more books, and someone whose name is the letter T and the I emoji. 5 stars, if I ever commit suicide, I want Neil Breen to find me.
Oh, this one from
Absolutely
Sanye. My head is throbbing, what the fuck?
Oh my god. I sometimes think about the ending of this movie and genuinely tear up wishing it was the timeline we lived in. I can't disagree with that. It would be nice if someone did release some information that caused, the collapse of evil men and governments.
Yeah. Should it be Neil Breen, though?
Yeah, Neil Breen would like get it wrong somehow, and like he'd like release, he'd like unredact the wrong people's names.
Is this film pro or contra CIA?
Oh, that's actually a good question. Because who's trying to kill him? Who put that shooter in place?
Yeah, so if this is a remake of Double Down, if we start that with our sort of preconception, then in that movie he was a rogue CIA agent. And the fact that he was a rogue means he is contra to the CIA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, he's uncovering all government corruption, national and international corruption.
Yeah.
So I think he's anti-CIA.
I think so too.
How's the count looking?
Scores on the doors.
Jesus, 11-4, I think.
Got to do more Jack Ryan movies.
Right, speaking of next movies, okay, where are we at? This episode is going out on the 16th of March, I want to say. So our next movie, gang, is next week, Mission Impossible 3 from 2004 to celebrate the joint birthdays of Michelle Monaghan and Kerry Russell.
It's going to be good.
That is going to be
very
good.
excited. Then again, anything after a Neil Breen film is going to be good. That horror film my new friend's making about the Bop It party toy is going to be better than this film.
In that case, guys, just a final word to say, this has been the Podcasthon supporting bonus episode of Cleo and Present Is. Once again, remind you to check out the Trash Cats Rehoming Centre for Disadvantaged Cats in Pittsburgh, PA. And finally, guys, we have been...
Clear and Present Dudes.